What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 138 of Ghost in the Night.
Absolutely fucking killing it right now.
Hauntings and Paranormal Podcast. It's hopefully our last Monday night live stream.
I don't know, man. Things are probably going to actually get worse.
Oh, no shit. Damn
Yeah.
it. Oh, well.
On my end, unfortunately.
That happens. Well, maybe this might be a Monday night thing from now on. Who knows?
Fuck, I don't
Or
know.
just whenever we get time.
There's a
Who knows?
possibility I might be working 7 days a week here soon.
We're gonna
Yeah.
hire some motherfuckers.
If I had applications, I would.
Yep. But
Feel free to come get a job at my job. God damn it.
But tonight we're going to talk. I have a question.
What is your
and
question?
we bitched about this in the past. Why in the world does everything paranormal or any kind of activity have to be a demon?
I've actually been thinking about this all day since you texted me about it while I was at work.
Right. I mean,
I think it has a very simple answer that most people don't want to accept.
I think there's several different possibilities, and they're all are very simple. But that is what we're going to cover.
Yeah, but mine's the best one because me.
Well, after we are going to get into we're going to start off by I got some complaints about last week.
What?
You're a motherfucker.
What?
You fucked with me. You
No shit.
You compromised the experiment. And I will say this.
This is coming from the guy that tried to tap out like 37 seconds into the fucking experiment.
Yes, that's true. But we're going to talk a little bit of revamp or recap about last week's colossal clusterfuck of an episode.
I had fun.
It wasn't horrible.
It was entertaining, at least for us.
But anybody with any kind of scientific method background would say these fuckers have no idea what they're doing.
No shit. We did the experiment in the back room of Phil's house.
Look who's back. More watch time, baby. More watch time.
I'm cool with it.
But
fuck.
we're going to talk a little alien talk. We pulled out some headlines.
We're going to talk about the aliens.
We're going to talk some aliens.
I mean, we can always talk aliens.
And then we're going to talk about maybe some Bigfoot, maybe possibly. And that's about it.
It's Vader time. I'm starting to think it's Lamont.
It very well could be.
Because I don't know if that's supposed to be a wrestling reference or a Star Wars reference, but Lamont loves both.
He's dropping hints. Anyway, so
he's dropping the little bread.
Let's recap. Oh, there is one thing we have to clarify from last week's episode. We talked a little Olympics last week.
Yeah.
We were not.
Hey, I mean, go fucking women's or USA women's basketball undefeated last time I checked.
We were talking about
for the shit show that is the men's team.
You know, it was fairly early on in Simone Biles' shit.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it was mental health issues, not an injury. Well, I guess that technically, but
yeah.
And I do have some thoughts on this, and we will cover a little bit of that toward the end when we need to fill time. Sound good?
Sure.
Okay. Now, let's get to last week's episode. Gonzo experiment. What do you think? Bullshit?
What's up, Gonzo? I mean, you tell me. You're the one that did it.
I think it's,
You did hear a quack.
well, I heard a noise. The more I thought about it, the more and this is where confirmation bias comes in. I might have jumped the gun a little bit. I was hearing noises, and you said duck. In my mind, maybe translated that noise to a quack. So I can't say with 100% certainty that I heard a quack. Maybe my mind was just telling me some of the noises that I was hearing could have been a quack.
It's because you are a quack.
Well, that is true, too. Oh, you're so fucking funny. But, so
that was a fucking
I don't
bad
think
joke.
we did, for one, I don't think we did it long enough. I think there was too many variables. I think what we talked about.
I feel like it'd be easier to not do it live.
Right. And complete darkness. And lay down kind of thing. That way. Or
Together?
at least be laid back. No, whoever is doing the experiment, laid back that way. You know, the light's more shiny, direct. You can have better control over.
But, like butt to butt, dick to dick, or dick to butt.
One person laying down, you got.
Spooning?
No, there will be no spooning. But.
Sporking?
No, that is a bastardized utensil.
Do you know what sporking is?
No.
It's having sex in spoon
I know what a
position.
spork is.
It's having sex while spooning.
Well, isn't that just called sex?
No, it's called sporking because it's funny.
Well, yes, I was. And I think that maybe because it was live, it did.
Oh yeah,
it played into it. We didn't take it serious enough.
No.
Of course, we don't take anything.
Shocker.
We don't take anything serious. So why should that be any different? So I can't say it's complete bullshit. I really wanted to have the hallucinations. I wanted to see.
I mean, we can make that happen.
Well, yes, but we definitely ain't doing that live. But it wasn't. I will say one thing did happen after you left. I have to ask you about this, and
You got diarrhea.
I wanted to wait till we were live to ask you this.
You had a massive erection watching me walk away.
When I come back in, because basically I'll give you a little inside baseball how this shit works. After we finish, Travis and I bullshit for a little while. He leaves, and I come in and do a little editing. Okay? Now, were you having any problems with your microphone stand? Last
When
episode?
we did, not that I recall.
When I came back in after you left,
Yeah.
that whole micro stand was on the floor.
I mean, that's not horribly surprising.
It's not surprising, but were you having any...
No, I think the week before, I think. I had to fuck with it.
Okay, it was just kind of weird. I came back in and your microphone was gone.
Microphone boom arm problems are not a rarity for my side of the desk.
You didn't have any. You didn't have to tighten it up, or it felt loose while Thursdays or whatever we did last episode.
I don't think so.
Okay.
That's not the one where it fell off. At the beginning, was it?
Literally, I don't think so. No, that was. I think mine.
Yours fucked up at some
Right.
point. I think.
But
I don't fucking know.
When I came back in to kind of start, edit or transfer files to other file, transfer the video to other files and get ready to start editing, I looked over, and the microphone boom arm, nothing was there. It was gone. It was on the fucking floor.
It's a demon.
So that was kind of weird.
Speaking of evolving, shout out me. I evolved my shiny Magikarp into a red Gyarados. Boom!
And you would have thought we were just sitting, 20, 30 feet away? We would have heard it hit the floor.
You think a demon just came in here and was like,
I don't know. You think we would have heard it?
And then just set it down and was like, that'll fucking get away.
I don't know what the fuck it is. I'm just saying it was kind of weird. I came in here, sat down, and because basically looking at the monitor, boom arm's right there, and most of the time you turn that so I have to move it actually.
Right.
And I was like, something's wrong here, and all of a sudden the boom arm. I looked, and your whole boom arm was completely off the desk.
Gonzo brings up a good point.
What?
Maybe it was Ghost in the Morning.
Maybe.
He lives in the walls like that Daniel LaPlante kid. You know who I'm talking about?
No.
The kid that...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was like stalking and ended up murdering that family.
Yeah.
That was a fucking interesting one.
But, so I just thought that was kind of weird. I mean, it was kind of weird that you didn't have any issues, per se, that I saw, unless you did it while I was, ponged up. Okay. Well, it's kind of weird.
All I did was selfie stick you in the face.
Yeah.
And then talk a bunch of shit with everybody in the live stream.
That's true. Actually, you did a very good job.
There was a couple moments where I was just like, God damn it.
And it's all your ploy to get your solo. We can give you a solo podcast at any time, motherfucker. you can take over any. I shouldn't even.
Interesting.
Huh.
Were you hugged enough as a child? Possibly too much.
For those of our longtime listeners, our troll's back. But that's okay. We're just going to ignore him today.
I think if we know, if it's somebody I know or we know, I'm pretty sure I know who it is at this point.
We have a good idea.
I'll find out.
But anyway.
I'll Liam Neeson that shit. I have a very specific set of skills. I will find you. And
I really don't give a shit.
Expose you.
All I know is, hey.
I will expose myself to you.
We got 5 more subscribers to the channel than we normally do after a podcast.
Yeah,
episode.
so
yeah.
Keep it up, bud. Put us on your 250,000 fucking subscriber Twitch channel.
We're building the dream here. But I just thought Mike
$50,000 every 2 weeks.
The mic stand or boom arm was interesting. Why we didn't hear it fall, and literally you walked out the door. I got up and walked in here.
And we chilled for a while last week.
Yeah,
I was here for almost an hour after we finished.
So it was we never heard anything.
Chalupa?
Yeah. So.
It was her.
What's he saying?
He's
streaming right now.
YouTube.com/Ghost of the Night. Instagram Ghost_Night_podcast. Also check out at cancel _podcast on Instagram and the Cancellation Theory on YouTube.
That's right. We were listening to Brian's EVP she sent you. Yeah, which was very interesting.
All the people on this fucking asshole's live stream. Check out our YouTube live stream.
But so that so I just thought that was weird. I mean, probably it just was loose, and just of course something would have had to make it fall off. I don't know.
There we go. If we get what? Don't be marketing on your shit when you're live streaming our fucking, what is it called? Our
live stream?
Yes, but what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
When you're live streaming and supposedly profiting off of our intellectual property without our permission.
Yeah, that is.
So eat a fat sack of dicks, even though I think you're full of shit anyway. I mean,
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
He's so full of shit.
Jack fuck.
Anyway, we're not even going to pay this guy any attention.
Jesus
anymore.
Christ.
Maybe, it's all good.
They just left him with the priests for too long as a kid. He got a little twisted.
It happens.
In the guts.
It happens. But actually, there's a way I can find some shit out, and I will. I was doing some research.
On?
Yeah.
Fuck McNugget?
Yeah. Anyway.
Again, intellectual property.
So
if you are live streaming this and you are making $50,000 a week, every 2 weeks, feel free to hit us up about Venmo or Cash App because...
He's in Cincinnati right now. Good
for you. So you're bored as shit and drinking a bunch of over hoppy IPAs?
Anyway.
Good for you.
So that's enough of last week's episode. Man, it was just weird. I don't think there was much going on with... I think we have to take it more seriously to actually get any kind of...
Yeah, I don't think the live stream helped.
No.
Because, you automatically get put on that fucking blah, 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 blah. You wanted to do a collab with us, but we took your name. So you wanted to do a collab with us 3 years ago? When this YouTube channel went up?
You should have reached out 3 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. If you haven't noticed, this is episode 138. So you've had about, 2 years and 11 months to reach out to do a collab on your non-existent Twitch channel? Because what are you going to collaborate on Twitch?
Yeah. Anyway. So...
I mean, you can collaborate on Twitch, but, Give him a video? What the fuck? What? He's on our page. He's in our stream. What the fuck am I giving him a video for?
So, there is something that we have been doing...
If you're really on stream, fucking hit us with the... I don't know, whatever that fucking shit that everybody talks to each other on fucking Vigi games. I don't know what it's called. I don't play Vigi games anymore.
You want to put him in a timeout? Or you want to leave him in?
I don't give a fuck. You don't bother me none.
We're going to leave him in.
Like I said, if he's got 16,000 people watching him live stream our shit right now, again, the intellectual property, that whole thing could become an issue. But, by all means, send them our way. Give us a raid, if you will, I believe is what they call it in the Twitch world. It's when somebody...
I know nothing about Twitch.
It's when somebody with a fuckload of people watching them raids some little streamer that they like and sends thousands of viewers their way.
Oh.
Yeah. It's actually pretty dope.
So, actually, he said he wanted to do a collab with us. This is the last time we're going to mention him. But yet, basically, technically, we are right now. We are collabing right now.
Well, there you go. So
you kind of fucked that up.
So take the bag of Wavy Lay's potato pricks and just all of them down.
What is that?
I don't know.
Hey, really, don't worry about it. He can distract us because we don't really have a lot planned for this episode.
I know, right?
We're filling fucking time anyway.
It's like I can feel the deep childhood trauma coming through the monitor.
Because actually, last week's episode, some of this was the best shit on that.
Do you want to talk about your uncle? Is that what it is? You have something you need to get off your chest? Something deep down that you've never told anybody before?
So, what the hell is that beeping noise? Somebody's backing up. Anyway, so we've been doing a lot of research for our upcoming episode.
Yeah. I haven't written anything down, but I have it.
But you have it.
I mean, I've been unknowingly researching that case for fucking 10 years.
And for those of you we've been talking about, we are going to starting next week, probably next Monday now or whenever we get a shot. We are going to start a West Memphis 3 series, essentially, of episodes because we can't do it all in one. So and we've talked about this in the past episodes about how
he's pushing the boundary of getting put into timeout.
Well, I'm not even.
He's making gross sexual connotations and comments towards female viewers. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, dude, grow the fuck up. But
yeah, like, I mean, if you're that sexually frustrated, just go take your mom's dildo out of her ass and fucking sit on it.
Anyway.
God. It's Monday night. I'm sure you're due for it anyway. She's probably just waiting for you.
And from doing more research about, or especially on my end, about that, we've talked about satanic panic. We've talked about how a lot of things, people automatically jump to the evil or the demon side of things.
Yeah.
And any kind of paranormal activity is always a demon or evil. And if you've listened to us for any time, you know neither one of us truly believe that at all.
No. Well, I mean,
it's more
like,
the exception.
evil has a fucking connotation to it anyway.
Right.
Like somebody just like somebody who kills a bunch of babies, they're evil. That does not mean that they are satanic.
Right. I think the whole world, they've talked about the, satanic panic back in the late 80s, early 90s, right?
Yeah.
I think now with the popularity of the paranormal, we've went to a demonic, which is...
Because it's all shock factor.
But why does everything have to be a demon?
Because it's good for the shock factor. It's clickbait.
Is that
the same reason we titled this video what we titled it?
Right, because there's a reason why, some of our videos do better than the others, and the best ones seem to have the word demon in them.
Yeah.
So
it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. But why do you think that is? Why do you think, the old adage, sex sells?
We should start naming every one of our videos, we found Jeffrey Dahmer's nudes on the internet.
Maybe.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like it's like she said, all the shows,
right.
All the fucking everything. It's everything. The podcasts, even like us. There's so many of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's just so popularized that once you find that shock factor and that it thing that everybody wants to click on and hear about, they're gonna fucking go for it.
In my personal opinion, we as human beings, as individuals, we are sick fucks.
Yeah.
We look for the negative. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, and if you say no to this, you're lying through your freaking teeth. Everybody on the interstate slows down to look at a car wreck.
Yeah.
We all do, because we all want to see the mayhem.
And anybody that doesn't behave like that is just full of shit and trying to put on a facade for everybody around them. And they go home and they put like 3-inch fucking like monkey wrenches in their asshole. Like
we all want the most absurd, the most scary. That's the reason why scary movies and horror movies are so popular.
I know. When we were in Put in Bay this weekend, like the first night we stayed there, we tried to put. They were like, oh, they put on The Conjuring 2 in the theater. I made it through 20 minutes of it, and I walked out. I was like, this is fucking lame.
Yeah. So
it was fucking sick though. We stayed in a house that had a theater in it. That was so fucking cool. Like a legit one, like projection screen, like the fucking electric reclining seats. fucking like the full like sound system and shit.
Right.
I had a popcorn machine. I had to make popcorn both fucking nights for everybody.
You're such a good boy.
Oh my god, I almost chopped everyone's head off.
But definitely there is something to people want they don't want just normal every run of the day, run of the mill fucking paranormal activity.
It's just like anything else. It's just like violence in sporting events, car crashes in NASCAR.
Right.
It's all the same thing. Everybody is just looking for some type of way to escape the droll monotony of adult life.
Right. I mean,
because if you don't, then you end up jumping off the fucking side of your office building.
There's a reason why boxing, any combat sport, are so big. And back in the day, the Coliseum, gladiators, we want blood, we want violence.
Yeah.
And that's just in our DNA, I guess. Maybe it goes back to the caveman days. I don't fucking know.
It does. It's part of it's just how we're wired. There's a like just I don't even know, an inadvertent fucking like animalistic, I would probably even reach into the world of saying erotic fascination with violence to human beings.
Right.
Like most people want to see people get punched. Like world star hip hop is huge for a reason. You know what I mean?
Right.
People want to see people get punched in the fucking head, and they want to see dumb fucking kids be like, "Oh, bop bop," and I'm like, "Oh, you're stupid."
Right.
Like not only are you doing stupid activities, you're putting it on the internet. You silly stupid idiot.
I mean,
how's that live stream?
It's up.
Not ours.
Oh,
the one that
I think maybe he realized
that we don't fucking care.
We really don't fucking care.
Or he was like,
or
he was like, "Oh, I'm tired of fucking with Travis. I'll just text him later."
Well, Lamont's here.
Look who shows up when the troll stopped saying anything. A Ouija board? Actually, I think we're going to at some point. I think we're going to do a Ouija board, and if we discussed doing a Ouija board and not closing it properly.
Yes, but here I'll be honest, I do have some. I don't put a lot of stock in it.
I would say best not do it in your home.
That's if I did not live here.
Yeah.
Oh, I would say.
Yeah, I'm not a big believer in the whole thing, but I would even just for due diligence sake, I would say
Bree, don't tell me you buy into the oh, you're killing me.
I mean,
Ouija board is no different than
a text messaging service.
It's no different than using a spirit box.
My whole thing is like, why is the Ouija board demon the easiest demon name to spell?
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
The demon that is associated Zozo. That's associated with the hands down the easiest demon name to spell. And Lamont, to answer your question, whatever the fuck the girl that cuts my hair wants to put in my head, as long as it looks cool. If it doesn't look cool, she just shaves it off and we start next week. I'm starting to grow up.
Brand says for us to go get a hotel room to do the Ouija board session.
That's even shittier. What happens then some guy that's there on business, like trying to close a deal that could like save his mortgage on his house, checks into that room next to he's like, "Yeah, honey, I just got in. I'll call you after I get out of the shower." And he throws his stuff down, and like next thing you know, he's just like, it like fucking like breaks a complimentary mug and like just starts jamming it into his fucking face.
I'm going to answer this question because Bree, it does sound like I'm contradicting myself. I do not think the Ouija board is necessarily evil. I don't do a lot of ghost hunting in my house.
I don't. Yeah, that's
because
what I'm saying.
I believe
it comes to a point of just, I don't want to say common sense, but for people in the realm that we live in, you and I,
right?
There's, like I said, there is due diligence to be had, even with stuff you don't believe in,
right?
Because you cannot poo-poo it entirely. We cannot just disregard the existence or the legitimacy of any of this shit. Because again, none of us know about any of this shit right at the end of the day, really.
Right.
So it could be, but I don't put stock into it either.
And I'm all about the energy factor.
energy. Duke energy. How can I help you? Press
And
5 for Spanish.
What I hate about the Ouija board is the way people automatically assume it's a gateway to hell. It's a portal to hell. You're automatically talking to a demon.
That's how you know it's real. Is when you do the Ouija board and you just hear a voice go, "Para español prima dos."
But I think when you do a lot of investigating in your house, especially if you do not have an issue in your home, just because out of boredom, you can open a door.
See, and that's my thing. That's my thing is I think the Ouija board just gets...
It's a negative connotation.
Yes. Because you can do that without a Ouija board.
Yes.
You don't have to draw pentagrams on the floor and light candles, all that shit. If you want it to happen and you want to bring it in, if you believe in it, it can happen. Because my whole thing is, I believe in the paranormal and shit like that, but at the same time, I would say that like 99% of the shit you hear people talking about is their own like mental thought processes getting so deep and so subliminal and so like deep in their subconscious that their mind is imagining things, or they're having olfactory hallucinations that are brought on by their own deep brain parts. Because that's my other thing is, like, for all we know, all it is an activation of the part of the brain that's normally not activated in a human anymore.
Yes. So now I've investigated in my home when there was activity. Did you read that one?
You son of a bitch.
I
fucking knew it, man.
I've investigated in my home where there was activity beforehand.
Yeah.
Because I've preached that if you are having activity, you need to interact with that. You need to find out what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
But if
you can't hide from it.
If you're having no issues at all, and you say, you know what, I'm going to just play with the ghost box.
Yeah.
That shows intention.
Actually, speaking of, while it's on my mind, we're going into the fucking film thing that we always do, but I need to give you my Paramount Plus account. I started watching a show called Evil on there. It's interesting. It's like Paranormal CSI almost.
Is it about
It's like a guy that's training to be a priest. Who's played by Luke Cage, actually.
And
a female forensic pathologist, I think.
And she's not a believer?
No.
And
then it's got the one guy, I think he's Pakistani.
Right. Yeah,
used to be on the Daily Show.
I've seen some of them.
Yeah, I started watching it yesterday, and I was like, it's kind of hokey, but it fucking grabbed me, man. Like, it was interesting. Like, it was cool to watch a show that's obviously scripted and everything, but like the whole show is like, let's fucking break this down and debunk the shit out of this.
I've watched a couple
as opposed to just being like, I'm Elaine Warren, this is my husband Ed, there's a demon. My name's Bill.
Oh, and I will say,
that's the one we watched. It was making me, I laughed in the back because I love Brohio.
Right.
And as soon as the little girl was like, I'm Bill Wilkins, I was in the background, I'm 73 years old and I died in my own shit.
Just talking about, I started a series you recommended, and we'll talk about it at the end of the podcast when we're filling more time.
Yeah.
Penny Dreadful.
Fucking good, isn't it?
It's a little slow at times, though.
It can be.
It can be slow.
How many episodes are you in?
Season 2, midway through season 2.
Okay, so you've seen that. Then you're clearly not hating it.
Oh, I don't hate it. I don't like the Frankenstein. They got too many stories going on. They tried to jam everything into.
See, I like that though.
I like the Frankenstein shit. Get rid of it. It's boring.
See, it gets better.
I mean,
but like just the little characters that they dropped in there, like when I was watching it and he was like, "My name's Mr. Gray, Dorian Gray." I was like, "Oh shit, Dorian Gray."
Even though I don't know what the fuck is his deal.
Dorian Gray? You don't know about Dorian Gray?
And I don't know.
Dorian Gray is like, he's one of those stories. He was in fucking League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, all that shit. I'm trying to think of the exact story, but he like came from money, really like self-centered and like narcissistic and blah 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 blah. And basically, he had a curse put on him, where like he's cool and he just lives life and continues to be the same way, but he owns a painting, and that painting is of him, and that painting ages. And if he looks at that painting, then he will start to like rapidly degrade into the age that he should be.
Okay,
so at any given time in any story, he could be 300-400 years old, and he looks like a fucking svelte fucking washboard ab tummy licking fucking stud. What's going on now?
Oh, who fucking knows? I guess.
Sounds like it's getting stinky.
But it's just slow at times. I mean, I'm gonna finish.
It can be.
I'm gonna finish it.
Which I like that though. I like it. Like you think it's slow, but then like the way it was. Excuse me. Didn't know that was coming. It's well played enough that like those dull moments lead well into what ends up happening. What?
I can't.
It's definitely him. It's got to be.
But I will say this: the second season of it, I like more than the first season.
There you go. There's your Dorian Gray explanation.
But
would you like me to read what she told us?
I don't know.
Basically, he expresses a desire to sell his soul to ensure that the picture, rather than he, will age and fade. Pursues a libertine life. Yeah, he just like he wanted to be pretty and live forever and all that shit, and just fuck mad hoes, if you will.
Well, who doesn't? You don't want to fuck mad hoes?
No, I'm a born again Christian.
Oh.
As of 7:48 this morning.
I'm waiting for the lightning to strike.
When I was rushing out of my house because I had to fucking be at work an hour early so the carpet cleaners could come in. What?
You know what? I'm not even gonna.
I mean, you can. I mean, if you really wanted to, if you're making $50,000 every 2 weeks, rack that up for like 2 years, you can fuck either one of us for that.
Ghostbusters collection. What the fuck is this douchebag talking about?
I don't know. I think he's just over there just stroking himself to our sexy faces until he slimes himself. He's trying to ectoplasm.
Anyway. Yeah, but, you know, he's
got his dick in that magic toaster that they slide across the ground.
It's a decent series, but I'm not like, oh my God, I can't wait to watch the next one.
I am.
It's okay.
I was.
It's interesting.
See, I think it might have been the fact that like I knew all of those little characters that they threw in. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like when he was like, "My name's Dorian Gray," I was like, "Oh shit!"
Okay, I did not. Yeah.
And then like before Dr. Frankenstein, before he even named himself, I was like, "That's fucking Frankenstein."
Oh yeah.
And I think the coolest fucking part. Earned what? I work too, fuck dick.
I live in a hellhole. What the
fuck? I know, you're making illegitimate points. It's funny. I mean, keep it up. It gives us something to talk about. I work while I sit here with my 250,000 subscribers on Twitch and make $50,000 every 2 weeks. Fuck off.
Poor people look down on me. God.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I work my ass off. You can eat a fat sack of dicks. You drive fast car?
Okay, Tracy Chapman.
Oh, what kind of car does your mom let you borrow on the weekends?
Tracy Chapman's trolling us. For you, at least you got that reference. Some of these people might not get that reference.
I'm an old soul. I'm Dorian Gray. This was a great idea. I'm glad I stopped to get that.
Yeah. So, but it's
probably been sitting in that cooler for a while. It didn't taste right.
I didn't like the first season, the way they did the vampires.
Wait, what? You say I look down at all of you? I mean, you're still watching the stream, so I mean,
he's this
say
close.
What you want.
He's this close
to what? Getting a timeout?
Yeah, he's this close.
I don't give a fuck. What is this? I'm not stopping until your channel gets taken down. Well, considering that...
you don't even have a YouTube channel, Jackwagon.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You fucking chotch. Anyway. Yeah, forever riding our dicks in our live stream is what you're doing. Forever!
Oh, fuck.
But anywho. Yeah, I fucking love Penny Dreadful. That show was dope. And I love how their portrayal of vampires. How they went with the Egyptian thing.
I did like that.
And I love the... I don't know how to say this without being politically incorrect. The scientist from the museum with the very... I mean, let's be realistic. That character was written with in your face homosexual undertones about his character and his persona. Mm-hmm. And he is the best character in the show. That guy is fucking hilarious and awkward as shit, and I love him. And he speaks with that little speech impediment. He's like, "Oh, you must come back in with Tweevedies." I'm like, dude, this guy, he's my favorite character in the whole show, except for the fuck, what's his name? I don't even know what he calls him. He's like, he's not his servant.
The butler type?
Yeah, I don't know what he says what he is, like what his actual term is. Because, I mean, realistically, most people would be like, that's his slave. But he seems to get treated pretty well for one. If he is a slave, that's not cool. But, you know, it's a TV show. So I'm going to assume that that actor does not, in fact, have a slave that's from that very specific tribe that marks themselves with those cuts. That's a real thing. Mm-hmm. I
don't know what they're called, but yeah.
I don't either, but they do it to resemble crocodiles.
Huh.
Yeah, true story.
Here we go.
Welcome to Travis's Anthropology Corner, where we have a troll with a non-existent YouTube account, and from everything I've seen that other people have looked up, a non-existent Twitch account. Because my whole thing is, if you got 16,000 people watching you, there's literally no way that none of them have come over to this live stream to try to troll us too. I know how Twitch works. I've been on Twitch a lot. Well, not in the last 5 years, but in my younger years, I was on Twitch all the time. I love Twitch. It was so entertaining. Because you just watch people be people would do anything for money on Twitch back in the day. I watched people shave their heads, fucking dye their hair pink, just for $100. Yeah, we do, Lamont. Yeah, we do. But what is his true identity?
But I think Penny Dreadful and some of it are part of the reason why everything's a demon. Everything has to be evil.
Yeah, because it's become popular culture.
Right.
That's that because that's what every movie and show makes it. Even because it didn't start with all this shit. There's a reason I make.
Oh, I didn't say I was broke, Jackwagon.
I mean, you're going to pay me $50,000 every 2 weeks? Because if you're going to pay me $50,000 every 2 weeks, guess what we're doing?
I'll quit.
We're just going to restart another channel.
Yeah, sure. Tell you what, 3-year contract, $50,000 a piece every
2 weeks.
2 weeks. You got a deal, buddy.
I need this channel name for what? For your YouTube channel that doesn't exist? It's so funny to me. All it does is give us watch time at the end of this. If this isn't somebody that we know. It's just succeeding in giving us what we need and want to grow our shit.
Let's see here. You want the name to this? Let's see here. We're going to come up with a price.
Oh.
50,000 times...
$50,000 every 2 weeks. So what? One episode a week. So let's call that $100,000 over 24, 30, 35 months.
Times 12.
So $3.5 million.
Hold on, times 3 years. 3.6, and I'm gonna add an extra million on there just because I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
So actually 1.4 million. So $5 million. You write me a check for $5 million. That's
There you go.
2.5 for me, 2.5 for you.
That's your bi-weekly income per episode that has been recorded of this podcast.
Plus a service charge.
There you go. I think that's fair.
That's your deal. So do not take check. I want cash.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Ghosts come out at night. There is no ghost in the morning. Which leads me to my original point. If we're jacking your shit, why did we have it first? Who's on first?
Actually, honestly, I think you should go with Ghost in the Morning. That is a misconception. Ghost only comes out at night. That tells me you know nothing about the paranormal.
Stupid.
Ghosts do not have a clock. They do not wear an Apple Watch and say, "Oh, it's 9 o'clock. It's time to start hunting." A haunting can happen anytime.
What did the Cat in the Hat say? Or the guy in the Cat in the Hat infomercial on the movie? He said, "You're not only stupid, you're wrong."
In residual haunting, if you even know what that fucking is.
Are you taking this personally now?
No, I'm just a fucking idiot. And I honestly hope it's nobody we know. Just for the mere fact they're showing their stupidity.
Well, I mean, if it's somebody we know, I'd assume they were going out of their way to appear this fucking stupid. Ghost go boo. That's actually pretty funny.
Hey, Jackwagon, learn how to spell my name, too.
Ghost go boo. Never once have I ever heard an EVP or anything of boo.
No.
I would laugh my ass off if I did. If I ever heard a boo in a haunted place, I would just hold my hand up like, high five, dude. That shit's
Awesome.
funny.
Anyway.
Then my hand gets all cold and I'm like, I'm jacking off now.
So that is a lot to do with the pop culture, has a lot to do with this emergence of everything's a demon. And I think there's another version to this, another reason for it, which is what I wanted to get to, is religion. Religious people are fanatical, and especially Christianity
And Catholicism.
And well,
which is so, back in the day, Catholicism's chilled out a lot.
Catholicism
over the last couple hundred
does
years.
not. If you go to a regular
damn it.
Protestant type Christian church, they're always preaching end of times, doomsday. It's a fear based. They want to scare you into.
Well, yeah, there's an actual quote. I don't know who it is, but I actually heard it in a song by shout out Twisted Insane. He's sick. You can't understand him because he's so fast. I can, but he has a song called Lucifer. It's actually really dark. Like he wrote a song about like somebody coming in his house and like trying to kill him and like kidnap his son and possibly kill his son and shit. He's a dark dude.
Right.
But there's a quote in there. I don't know who it is, but like the quote is like it's a guy talking to a reporter who's anti-religion, and he's talking about how, which is how I feel even before I heard this in a lot of ways, is like the churches are in the fear and control business.
Right.
They give you something to fear by going to hell if you
Take
don't
control.
repent.
Right.
And which is another perfect example of my whole thing is like why everybody pushes like, oh, is your baby boy in Sunday school? No. You know why everybody wants people to have their kids in Sunday school and in church?
Why?
Because you can't control adults.
That is true.
But if you put that fear in them when they're little and they grow up with that fear of God and hell, they're going to hold on to it until they let go of those beliefs.
Yeah, Ghost in the Morning, you want to answer that question. Make it $6 million.
We switch.
We take turns.
And
we're so good sometimes we can do it both at the same time. That's how good we are.
It's like an infinity sign, like all those white girls have tattooed on their wrist.
Yes. But
or the anchors that say unsinkable, which makes no fucking sense.
no.
It's an item made to sink.
But
Children shouldn't be forced to go to church, but they will be.
They will be.
they'll be forced to go to church like their parents were forced to go to church, like their parents were forced to go to church, just like those parents were forced to stay in, oftentimes in like the late turn of the century, in the 18 into the 1900s into the 50s, forced to stay in oftentimes abusive mentally and physically relationships because it was against God to get divorced. So you just had to grin and bear it. It's okay, Jerry just likes to drink a little whiskey and punch me in the mouth. It's all right, no big deal. But I have no idea what that says.
But I think the religious folk play a big role in this.
Yeah.
Because
religion's at the base of it, even if you're not a religious person, because my whole theory on this is everything gets thrown into the demon realm and the evil realm because things happen in the world that a normal functioning human being can't wrap their head around or understand because they would never do it.
Right.
We can't deal with we're too vain to not be able to understand something. We have to know what it is.
There has to
but
be
if we're not going to, we have to then put a negative connotation on it, which in this world that we live in, the most negative thing you can put on something is being demonic or being evil. And that gives us a scapegoat to be like, I don't know what it is and I can't wrap my head around it or explain it, but it's the devil.
Right.
That's just a reason. You don't have a reason, so you just give one, and it's a cop out, in my opinion.
We as people tend to, damn it, what the hell? If we don't understand it, we automatically think it's evil.
Yeah. Or bad, like.
Right. Which, whether that's just human nature or what, but religious, and we'll get into this next week. Well, maybe not next week, but when we cover the West Memphis 3, we are going to talk heavily about this because this is at the root of the problem.
Yeah.
Of what happened to those 3 kids.
Oh, this is
I'm talking about
exactly the problem.
The people who went to jail for not the 3 that were
more time than they were alive. They spent more time alive in prison than they did free as kids.
Right.
Period. Not even just as kids.
Not to say that. I think
one was the legal adult when they got sentenced.
Right.
Well, maybe when they got sentenced, 2 of them were. But when they started the trial, I don't think one was 18. I think one turned. He turned 18 in jail, didn't he?
No, Damien was 18 before.
Was he?
Yes, he was before he got arrested at 18.
That's racist.
And we are going to talk heavily about this because this is at the root of this story. Why these 3 boys back then went to jail for over 20 years. No, and we'll cover this, and most people know this story for something they can't say without a
Ghost in the Morning definitely knows. He knows everything.
For something
he has this market cornered.
They did not do. Now, who knows whether I don't personally. Well, we'll get into all that. But this whole everything is evil, everything that you don't understand is something is demonic, is the root of that problem, and it's the root of the problem, everything. Just like that when I said I came in last week and the boom arm was on the fucking ground.
Like even for people like us that automatically want to hear something or see something and be like, that's fucking bullshit, you're automatically going to be like, I don't know. And then you're going to rationalize yourself and be like, well, realistically, mechanics are a thing. Threads get stripped.
You spelled my name right. There's only one L. Yeah, he put 2 L's in it before.
Maybe it's Gonzo.
Maybe it is Gonzo.
Sons of bitches.
Nice tattoo you have.
You fucking dingbat. I'm really starting to think that this is like a 12-year-old kid that
tattoo?
That actually thinks they're funny.
Which one? I have 5. Take your pick.
This is interesting. But like I said, really we should be referring to Ghost in the Morning on this because clearly he is just an absolute wealth of knowledge on all of the topics that we cover on this particular podcast. As I said before, he's got this corner, this niche of the market cornered like his uncle had him from the ages of 6 to about 18, which is what you fucking end up with here. You know, he's just over there getting his insides speed bagged. Dude's been shitting waffles since like 3rd grade.
He whistles when he walks.
like a fucking whiskey jug back in the day.
Anyway, but I think there is a lot of people that take anything they don't understand and
I'm not in it for the whole pie, just our share. Well, how's that working out for you?
Well, you can have the whole pie. We all like pie.
What kind of pie? Because depending on what kind of pie it is, I can't eat it. I have medical disorders. If it's like if it's got strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, I can't eat it. So I'm gonna have to decline your pie.
Actually, I'm not a big pie eater. As in food pie.
I see what you did there. Sexual connotation.
But, you know, here's...
Oh, water.
Hey, water. I just think if we don't understand it...
You have to, quote-unquote, demonize it.
Right.
Not even if it's a literal, like, blame it on demonizing. Like, demonize it in that it's the devil. It's a demon. It's the Russians. It's Trump. It's Hillary. It's like, depending on the person, demonizing can mean anything. It's just whatever is bad to that person, that thing becomes that thing's fault.
Ghost in the Morning he's marketing pie too now. We can't talk about pie.
Oh, is that what it is? Go fuck yourself. Actually, you know what? Speaking of,
what?
You're spending this much time unsuccessfully trying to like piss people off or make money on a non-existent Twitch stream. Take that time, go buy an apple pie, put it in the oven for about 15 minutes, and finally put your dick in something that does not resemble your own fist or your mom, and go handle some business, sir.
Let's see. What else does he say about me? I'm the reason Phil can't sleep at night. I'm the reason why Phil can't get an erection.
That's because he's old. I am now ganging up on you with the troll.
You are not the reason I can't sleep at night.
I was going to say, I haven't heard Phil complain about not having a decent night's sleep in a while.
I don't sleep. I don't sleep.
I don't either. I sleep for like a couple hours at a time, then I'm up for a
little bit. But it has
bit.
nothing to do with you. Well, maybe. It could be you, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Wet dreams?
Yeah, maybe. And while Phil can't get an erection, I can. That's about the only thing I do have going for me.
Sponsor us, Blue Chew.
In my old age.
God damn it.
That's about the only thing
Blue Chew sponsor us so we can stop getting fucking random spam messages on Instagram from what is it?
Reality something or
No, the messages, the clean my balls or whatever the fuck it is that we keep getting. You would be great for our company. It's like shave my balls or some shit. And I looked into it, like it's a company, but apparently it's just a bullshit company that buys Chinese products that are just like $7 trimmers, and then they put a brand name on them and they fucking jack them up to like $25, and you can get the same fucking one on Amazon for a fifth of the price. Yeah, I looked into another podcast that got it from them, and they actually started exchanging emails with them and going into it and deep diving them, and they were like, "You're about as realistic as Ghosts in the Morning." Pile of fucking dog shit.
No, but that is the issue when it comes to.
He's the reason why I can't lick a vagina. He's original.
He's good.
God damn.
I mean, like, he's not even that good.
He's basically like the Eddie Murphy of 2021. He's just rewriting the script.
What's Eddie
of
Murphy's
comedy.
brother? The not funny one.
The dead one, Charlie.
Is he dead?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, Charlie Murphy died.
Oh.
That motherfucker dead. He was funny. I thought Charlie Murphy
He was,
funny.
but he's no Eddie.
Oh, no. Yeah, I can't eat strawberry pie, Lamont. You know that, fucker. I actually fucked up when I was out of town. I was drunk. I ate fucking popcorn. Ooh, dude. My stomach was fucking kicking the next morning. I was fine. Like, I just had to take a mean shit when I woke up. Which, luckily, I woke up before everybody because I blew that downstairs bathroom up and then immediately took a shower. So I was like, no, they can't know I'm a disgusting, terrible beast. Oh, lordy, lordy. What are you saying now, fuckstick? Thinks he's so smart. Screw that Jackie Chan looking person. I mean, Jackie Chan's Chinese, so you're automatically wrong. And Jackie Chan actually probably makes $50,000 every 2 weeks, unlike your fuckboy ass. I mean, I've got 250,000 subscribers on Twitch, even though my Twitch channel doesn't exist. There you go. If you have 250,000 Twitch subscribers, drop your fucking Twitch link in the chat.
Yeah.
Let's check that out, bud.
Hell, we'll join.
Or what bullshit reason are you going to come up with? I don't need fuckboys like you on my Twitch stream. Blah, 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 blah. Fucking douche. What, always out? Oh, man. Lamont's making jokes nobody but me and him understand.
Anyway. But
hey, that man's ass crack was locally famous on Facebook.
That is my issue with, I mean, not everything's a fucking demon. 90, and we've said it in this podcast before, demonic activity is the exception, not the rule.
Well, I mean, it's even gotten to the point where, like, even, like, witch movies now. Like, you had Wizard of Oz and shit like that, and now, like, every witch movie, like, which, I mean, traditionally, yes, as far as how, like, the Salem trials and shit like that depicted them. But now every witch thing is like, she sold her soul to the devil because she lost her child. And now she is a forever dark princess of the shadows. And she fucks toads. And then she fucking stuffs them with the dried semen and poop of the entire village. And then she feeds them to ghosts in the morning, you fucking he-cunt.
Oh, he goes in the morning and says, you want my channel name, huh? Well, I was assuming...
What channel name?
It's Ghost in the Morning since you're bitching about our name.
Which doesn't show up on Twitch or YouTube.
Oh no, I've searched several times.
Ba, ba, ba. The drama is so thick you can cut it with a knife, just like Ghost in the Morning probably should do to his wrists. I'm just kidding. Mental health is a real thing. I deal with it. A lot of people deal with it. If anybody has problems with mental health, feel free to DM me on the Instagram.
Well, since you brought mental health, let's talk about this. We talked about that a little last
Also a part of it.
What?
The whole thing.
What?
Like possession.
Exactly. I think it's...
Blame it on a demon, because in the 1900s, 1800s, 1700s, all that time, before like the 40s or 50s, nobody understood what schizophrenia or multiple personality disorder or dissociative disorders and shit like that were.
Now...
Which, like I said in the Annalise Michelle episode, is why still to this day, the saying is still rampant of like, oh, well, they got their demons, man. What are we talking about? No PP, I'm clinically insane. I mean, I don't question that.
There's no doubt about that. But
yeah, you didn't. Yeah, I could have gone without saying.
That's like a right angle is 90 degrees. It's a given.
Yeah, that's.
I'm sorry. Was that a math question? Did that geometry kind of blow your mind there?
The triangle, the god angle, the ikagagaro.
But that's where a lot of demons got their, I don't want to say power or their name, but they were associated with ailments.
Mm-hmm. They still are.
The demonic, coronavirus is a demon.
He said the C word. Oh, I'm so scared. Are you threatening us? Because I'm assuming that you're sitting behind a fucking TV.
Are you threatening us with violence?
I'm assuming you're sitting behind a computer monitor and you're a max 5'7".
Just for those listeners, apparently
Ghost in the Morning is going to mess us up and then
he
buy
wants
us
us
a drink.
to meet him at the bar. A, you didn't say which bar. Be sure to tell us which bar. And B, he's going to mess both of us up.
I don't know what a SWJ is, bud. Maybe he is a Twitch streamer because clearly he spends way too much time on a computer.
Single white Jew?
I don't know.
Fight me. Why would I want to fight you? I told you, for $6 million, I will fight you and give you the name Ghost in the Night. And guess what? It just went up to $7 million.
Right.
The longer you take to fuck this deal, by the end of the show, it could be more.
And plus, realistically, like, neither one of us thinks we're badass, but, like, not the right ones.
Oh, wait a minute. You said you'd fuck both of us up. Hey, now you're putting rules?
Wait, what did he say?
He said fight me. 1-on-1, not 2-on-1.
I mean, it's just as dangerous.
Why would we want to fight you?
Yeah, it would be just as big of an issue 1-on-1. This is
more fun.
I'm old enough and he's old enough that fighting is no longer a sport. If I'm going to fight, it's because I legitimately feel like me or my friends are in danger, and then you're getting kicked in the knee and fucking throat jabbed, and then I'm going to be like, well, you fucking... Sorry, bud.
If I'm fighting, it's for a reason. I don't fight for no reason anymore.
We're lovers, not fight. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Been known to do both. Do one really well, the other one, the average.
We'll leave it up to you to find out.
You decide which one it is. But what kind
of... going to do shit to a non-existent person, to a person that hides behind the picture of a famous person and a non-existent account.
Name the bar. Okay, you'll mess both of us up. Name the bar. We'll find out.
Cheers. I'll be sitting next to Norm. What do you say?
The 19K people think so too.
Again, link your stream then.
Willie's Den, never heard of it.
Let's see if that's a real thing. Just because I'm curious.
Willie's Den?
Yeah. Is that what your boyfriend calls your asshole?
Big Willie style.
I mean, we probably could meet him there. I'd imagine by the way he talks, we could probably both fit in there standing up.
Did you? I think Brianna already looked it up. Did you look it up, Bree?
Look at Willie's Sports Cafe in Hidden Valley.
There's still one.
Hidden Valley in Lawrence. There's a Willie's in Lawrenceburg. Huh. Well, thanks, Ghost of the Morning. You finally did something good with your life and let us know that there's still a Willie's Sports Cafe in the world.
Thank you for that.
Other than that, literally nothing of value added to the world. Except your non-existent stream.
Thank you. Thank you, Bree.
Willie's Den, the totally wrong name. But,
I hope, Ghost of the Morning, I hope you enjoy this because this is your last night on here. Or do you think we just ought to let it go?
I don't give a fuck. It gives us something to talk about.
Yeah, but it's kind of boring for everybody else.
I don't know. I mean, the people in the live stream.
No, he's not. Well, next week. We're not even interacting with him because next week's going to be.
Oh yeah.
Next couple weeks are serious episodes.
Oh yeah, like once we get rolling next week, it's probably
these fuck off episodes. We can fuck with them a little.
There we go. Perfect. Keyboard gangster. Everybody's tough on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, bud.
Remember, I'm old. I'm old school. I come from a time where you did the shit face to face.
What's going to be next? The West Memphis 3. But what were we talking about?
Fuck, I have no idea.
Before we got into it with a
13-year-old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In his mom's basement.
It's the kid from the fucking video that you've never seen because not in your realm of interest. But the 1v1 me, pussy, your ass. That's this kid. That's who's fucking trying to troll us. But what were we talking about though?
Let's see.
Mental illness, demonization.
Yeah.
Ghost in the Nights or Ghost in the Morning's gapey butthole. He's so funny, dude. Oh my god. This is the second time he said that. So not only does he have a non-existent Twitch career and a non-existent YouTube, he also reuses shitty jokes. He's like, less successful, less legitimate Carlos Mencia.
He wants our name, though. Which isn't even that good of a name. I literally thought of this name drunk one night. I was fucking hammered.
We do most things drunk. Most of our ideas come from being drunk.
I mean, I was shit-faced when I thought of this.
It's not a bad thing.
Matter of fact, I might have been sitting at the bar.
It wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, you said that. I still don't believe it, though. Because, like I said, if you're that big ballin' with your Twitch career, link your fucking Twitch stream. Because I see nothing. But there's a lot going on there.
There's a lot going on. Our chat room is awesome. But that's next week when we start West Memphis 3, and for however long we do that.
I like
Bree,
not to be disrespectful
Lamont,
and shitty to people, but I'm just going to kind of tune out the comments while we go through that.
We're not going to even acknowledge you guys. Feel free to do what you're doing. I'm sure Ghost in the Morning will be in there entertaining you guys. But this is a serious... The West Memphis 3 is a serious topic.
Yeah, like that shit was fucked up.
There's a lot of fucking issues going on with this whole thing.
Yeah, that shit was fucked up. It's like... I'm trying to think of an equivalent. It's like if... It's like if George W. Bush tried to walk up on a stage and do stand-up comedy.
Who, this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I wouldn't know. I haven't been. I don't even know if I've ever technically been to Lawrenceburg. But anyway, back to the subject at hand. Now back to the matter at hand.
But there is an issue when it comes to mental illness and demons.
Yeah.
It's kind of a chicken or the egg kind of thing.
Because mental illness is a demon.
Now, the way I like to
quote
look at
unquote.
Does the mental illness cause the demon, or does
the demon cause the mental illness?
Or does the mental illness open the doorway, so to speak?
Or, my personal opinion, is the mental illness just a misunderstood thing, therefore it is labeled a demon?
Exactly. Which one is it?
I can't accept that my child has schizophrenia. It's got to be the devil. Which, again, if you have schizophrenia, any of these disorders, get help. I'm not saying there's something wrong, but get help. There's help out there. We all deal with stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. Nobody can help it. But there's ways to cope with these things. We know that now.
Right.
It's not 1956 where they're splashing holy water on fucking people for no goddamn reason. The power of Christ compels you. Does it, Jay? Does it really? It's not that compelling. I fucking love that movie, dude.
What is that, dog?
This Is the End.
Oh, This Is the End. That's right, yeah.
Oh my god, I love that movie.
No, but so that's, there's a lot of issues going on when it comes to demons. But I understand why we have religious fanatics automatically saying everything's a demon. If you're not with us, you're against us. You're either on Team Ghost in the Night or Team Ghost in the Morning. One of the two.
You're either on an existing team or one that has been made up for the entertainment of somebody who really needed to hash out some shit with their dunkel one day.
Apparently, we are podcast and YouTube gods.
No, he is. No, we're jacking his style, remember?
Yes, that's true. But that is... Hey, Chupacabra, what are you doing down there?
It's the Chupacabra. That's who it is.
Do you have a phone? Are you fucking with us, Chalupa?
Do you have a phone, Chalupa?
She goes, fuck that.
She's like, shut your fucking mouth. I'm trying to take a nap.
I'm too tired to fuck with you guys.
Dirty whores.
So, not everything is a fucking demon, and it pisses me off.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it interesting to label and say it's a demon. You know what I mean? Like, it makes for good TV and good movies.
And not to keep bumping into next week, but when you start thinking this way, bad things fucking happen.
Things like what we're going to talk about next week happen.
You lose the sight of what really should be important.
Yeah.
When you automatically think that everything's a demon or everything's satanic.
Apparently, they're remaking the Exorcist movie.
Oh, why the fuck
Why?
would they do that? Linda Blair's a little too old.
No, not even that. Like, even from the standpoint of being like a devout Catholic, I never understood like why that movie is not scary. The scariest part was when they remastered it and they put her doing the crab walk down the stairs. That was the scariest part.
Yeah, probably.
And like those stupid fucking like Japanese shogun masks and shit that they just kind of like threw in there, and you're like, oh no, help me, Jesus.
But I will agree with Brienne on this.
Yes.
Hollywood has lost their ability to be original. They've lost a little bit of their creativity. They're remaking all this shit.
Well, yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, they're doing it with Disney. They're doing it with everything.
I think they're running out of shit to write about.
I think a lot of it has to do with the growth of generations.
Right.
Because everybody's so stuck in their ways. Everybody wants their childhood again. Everybody wants the same thing. They just want it in a different form.
Right.
Because it's weird for a 35-year-old to watch the cartoon version of fucking The Lion King all the time. So they do a live action one with Idris Elba and shit. What? Excuse me.
What is Gonzo's fucking fascination with Rikishi?
I don't know.
He likes big fat men and
I was going to
thongs.
say, I think he's a chubby chaser.
Hey, all for it.
Again, not fat shaming. Am fat. Nothing wrong with the fatness.
All right, so I think we've covered everything's not a fucking demon. Quit thinking everything's a fucking Satan. It's not.
See, and that's the problem with like the power of media. You know what I'm saying? Like you start making all these fucking movies about the devil and these fucking TV shows, and baby, you got Lucifer on Netflix or whatever the fuck it's called.
That's actually good. I like this show.
I mean, but you know what I mean. But it plants the seed.
But I like no. But see, it plants a different seed, and I don't think I might have talked about this a little bit. The whole principle of the show Lucifer on Netflix, which started out on Fox.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it started out on Fox. It ran for like 3 seasons on Fox, and then they canceled it, and Netflix picked it up. And,
As Netflix does.
right. Which I actually was surprised it fucking lasted as long as it did. I figured the religious fanatics would have a fucking holy shit fit about Lucifer, because it doesn't portray him in the evil, typical Satan.
Which I mean, has kind of been done before to an extent.
To a
They
certain-
kind of did that
Well, it's
on
based
like
on a
Angel
comic.
and Buffy.
It's based on a comic book. I guess there's a comic book of Lucifer.
Oh, probably.
Yes, but it portrays
It's
Lucifer.
probably much better too.
It portrays Lucifer as
Just a dude.
he's tired of being the fucking devil. He wants to come to Earth.
I don't know. I really
Saul
like
Curran.
that. What is it? Bad Omens on Amazon.
Oh, with David Tennant and
Yeah.
what's his name?
Yeah,
From,
I've seen so many comments on that shit, and they're just like, "It's not funny." I'm like, "It is funny. You're just fucking stupid." Like that show, if you understand what they're talking about and the idea of the whole thing, that show is fucking hilarious. I will say, like, it is British humor. It's
Actually,
drier than
matter
most.
of fact, Bree says they dropped Prodigal Son. Fox does cancel a lot of good shows. Prodigal Son was actually, which has Prodigal Son.
What
had,
the fuck is Prodigal Son?
It's actually it has the guy from Bad Omens.
I'm
and
the
not,
Prodigal
not,
Son.
Not David Tennant. The other one.
Yeah.
The angel.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but yeah, I know
He
what you're talking
plays the
about.
father in Prodigal Son.
Oh, is that the one about the murderer guy?
He's a serial killer.
And he like
his
helps
son,
his son find serial
his son
killers or
goes
some
up
shit
to-
like that.
to be an FBI profiler.
Yeah, the complete and utter ripoff of Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, but
Just not as good.
his father. It's actually a good show. I liked it.
It's not Silence of the Lambs.
Well, it sounds nice. For one, they weren't father-daughter.
You never know. Clarice Starling's parents were not
Have
around.
you seen the Clarice? There's a TV series, Clarice.
I haven't watched it. I
sucks.
know about it.
Major donkey dick.
That's usually how it goes. But I mean, it's a serial killer helping somebody find a serial killer.
Well, he doesn't really. He helps a little. Yeah, I guess he does help to a certain extent. Yeah, but it was actually pretty good. But the Clarice, that one.
Hello, Clarice.
That fucking show sucks. Because it takes...
I can't say I'm surprised.
It takes place...
Like, you take such a classic film and then you try to adapt it into... Like, Hannibal, the show, was all right. Like, I didn't mind what I watched of it. But you can only get away with so much. And Clarice Starling is not... Like, how much of a show can you make out of her? You know what I'm saying? Like, they did it right going after making a show out of Hannibal. Because all you got to do is dive into childhood, blah, 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 make all this crazy shit up of why he started eating human beings with Chianti and fava beans.
But, you know, but Fox does. So we've about an hour and 20.
Why aren't we scared of The Exorcist? Because I was going to say something smart-ass, but realistically, it's because I'm assuming, like, I know Gonzo's part Puerto Rican, and I think he said part black. Traditionally, cultures that grow up in some sort of a church. I didn't. I knew about the churches. I knew about the belief systems. Didn't grow up in them. Was never forced to go to them. Like, but somehow my parents would be like, "Don't take the Lord's name in vain." And at the same time, my dad's walking around like banging his knuckles trying to fix the lawnmower. He's like, "Jesus fucking Christ!" Like,
right.
But it's just a difference of opinion and a difference of lifestyle and mindset. I watch scary movies about exorcisms and ghosts and poltergeists and this and that and the other, and like it's just fantastical ideas for the entertainment of the masses. It's not. Nobody said The Exorcist is like. Nobody has ever proven that any exorcism has been an actual entity or demon possessing a human being.
Right. Okay, we're getting back to demons. Lamont brings up a good point. Let me read his comment there. Well, doesn't the Bible say any spirit that humans communicate with are demons? Maybe that's why people believe ghosts are demons. Yes, the Bible says something to that effect. It's not verbatim, but it does. But here's the problem. And this is what's got me trouble here lately with the religious folk. I'm not 100% sure the Bible is word for word a factual book. It's full of hyperbole. It's stories to teach us lessons. What?
You know where I stand on this.
You
might as far as I'm concerned, somebody's Bible is like, you might as well just drop a fucking Cosmopolitan magazine in front of me. It's the same fucking thing.
And here's my problem with the Bible. It was edited and it's been translated multiple times.
And it's been picked through to see what they accept to put in the Bible.
It's like a movie.
Yeah.
You watch an hour and a half movie, they shot 2.5 hours worth of fucking shit. And they cut an hour off of it.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing with the Bible. Somebody, a man, a human being, said, good, bad, good, bad. Yeah. Oh, no, this doesn't fit our narrative. Here, put that over here in this pile. That is my problem with the Bible.
God be making it rain in heaven. I mean, if you believe in it,
so
more power to you. Again,
I think
I don't.
The Bible is there to teach us stories. How to do not covet thy brother or neighbor's wife. Not a bad idea, because that shit will get you shot.
Or just don't commit your life to something that's not going to gain you anything in your living life other than a false sense of security and satisfaction in yourself as a human being, and just read the children's book, The Fucking Golden Rule, and then read Everybody Poops, because it's the best fucking book ever written.
I mean, but if you believe the Bible is a word-for-word history book.
I agree.
What?
Lamont said E.T. scared him more than Exorcist. E.T. scared the shit out of me when I was a little kid. Oh, yeah. When he came out of that closet and said, I was like, oh shit, Mom. Mom? Oh, she went to California.
When you tell me the Bible is a word-for-word history book,
I laugh.
Then tell me, how the fuck is Noah 900 years old?
Right. And how is there all this magic going on around them? But since it's Jesus, it's okay. But when it's women in Salem, Massachusetts that weren't even doing the shit, it's the devil, and you got to burn them and drown them.
And did Noah have a microscope? How did he get the lions and cheetahs and tigers and bears not to eat all the fucking shit?
And how did he...
The gazelles and the zebras.
Yeah, like the logistics of that story are so asinine.
What did they do with all the shit?
Yeah.
How
did they feed them all?
And like I said, microscopes. Did he have microscopes to get the little microbials?
That's my thing. Like, you would have to take more than 2 of certain species, because then you would have to feed the carnivorous species other species of animals. Therefore, you would need more than 2, or else by the time that fucking flood went away, you would not have 2 of that animal.
Thank you.
And you would need literal hundreds upon hundreds of tons of fucking fauna to feed the herbivorous ones.
Right. How big was this fucking boat?
Have you seen like the YouTube videos and like the drawings that like they kind of loosely got the idea? It's like, I think it's like 2 or 3 Empire State Buildings long.
But on the flip side,
And like 7 football fields wide or some shit. Like it is so big that it would not physically be capable of floating without being loaded down with 2 of every animal.
the story is a valuable story. There is a lesson to be learned there. It doesn't mean it literally happened.
Go ahead, I'm just reading the comment.
Oh, Gonzo's writing too much shit. I can't read that much.
He was talking. He's talking about churches taking donations. Again, one of my problems. Like the root of the problem of religion starts with when religion started to take over the world, because it did. In the medieval times and shit like that, religion literally got to the point. The only people that were above the king, that the king went to for solace and information and advice, was some type of clergyman. The clergy and the church had more power and more open reign than the whatever government you want to call it, than the monarchy of the day in that area. Like, what?
Our point is, it's going to have to be bigger than that to hold every animal in the world. And plus,
It's gonna be. It would literally. It would not. A ship that size would not float without anything in it.
plus,
Well,
now
it depends on the body of water. I wonder. Do you think a boat that big would actually raise the sea level?
I would think so. But
Because it probably would touch Massachusetts and fucking Nigeria at the same time.
here's the thing: unless you believe in Pangea, and this happened
And New Swaziland.
when all the continents were together,
Oh, now you're tickling my fucking dick here. Now you're getting into my realm.
because we have different species here in North America,
Yes,
then the Middle East, then Africa.
currently.
Did he go on a road trip just to pick up next stop? North America.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Considering the
we got
fact
everything.
that yes,
Let it rain.
in the time period that we're talking about, the continents were where they are now, and shaped the way they are now for the most part, except for some erosion and
You
deterioration
follow
of
the
coastlines
timeline
and shit
of what
like
the
that.
Bible says.
Yeah.
You are correct. Now,
So that doesn't make sense unless we're talking
he had a lot of pickups.
something totally crazy, because if you were getting them from all the same landmass, that's, if you want to speak in scientific terms, which is usually what I speak in, we all know this, I'm a fucking nerd,
You're a little bit of a nerd, yeah.
impossible. The species of hominid that is Homo sapien has not been on this planet long enough for that to be a possible thing. Because if you think about it, if you think about the time, you think about the technology, it would have taken Noah, let's say, because did he not build the ship himself? Is that the story?
Yeah, I think yeah.
Impossible. You would not be able to build that ship in a single human lifetime by yourself.
I don't know.
Because considering that it took how many hundreds of years to complete the pyramids, supposedly, and they had thousands upon thousands of slaves working on that on a day-to-day basis until they died, and then they replaced them. So there's that. Then he would have to sail that ship around the world to get all of these animals. Not happening. Not in the time period. Like, you can't be like, oh, there's the rain, I better go sail to every continent and get 2 of every animal. No. And like I said, if somebody wanted to make the argument of Pangea or New Swaziland, because even if it was Pangea and New Swaziland, then you have just 2 land masses, because Swaziland was the southern landmass and Pangea was the whole mass, but then broke off, and there was a northern and southern landmass. There was two. That was 500, 600, 700 million years ago, at least,
right.
Possibly into the billions. And Homo sapiens have been a thing for like 100,000 years or so, something like that. And we're also the least diverse and least successful species. Well, tied with, like, there's one of us. Just like there's one giraffe. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's only one polar bear, but there's a fuckload of bears. There's only one Homo sapien.
Right. I'm just saying there's a... Now, I'm not even bashing the story. I don't believe it is a legitimate, true story. I believe it's told to taught us a lesson. That any time shit can get real and a higher power can end this. Yeah. Whether it be a flood, whether it be a meteor. And we know for a fact that civilization has risen and fallen
countless times
through an act of God.
Yeah.
Whether it be a meteor or whatever. And guess what? It's going to fucking happen again.
Yeah.
I think that is the moral of that story. It was saying, listen, God can unleash this fury at any time. Now, reasons...
And that's where I see what you're saying, right. But, like, that's where I find my problem.
But I'm just
It's
saying,
like, why can't we just be like, the world does fucked up shit that we can't handle, and sometimes stuff gets shitty. Instead, we got to be like, if you don't repent to God, you will not make it into his holy kingdom when the end times come. Come here, my child, let me fuck you. For you are 12 and I am a priest, sorry.
I'm just saying that in that particular
I am really
story,
throwing out my opinions on all the churches tonight.
I'm just saying in that particular story, this is a story that meant this isn't a permanent situation.
Interesting thought I just had.
Shit can get real. So you better live your life right.
Yeah, interesting thought I just had, because Bree was throwing out the cubic meterage that you would need to hold those, whatever, metricages. I'm measuring freedom, god damn it, I don't speak that language.
We're standard up in this bitch.
But you also have to think, there very well could have been a larger diversity of species of animals than there currently is on the planet. Because
you couldn't fit every animal
that's on now. And then you take the animals that haven't, because realistically, most of the animals on this planet have been around as long, if not longer than us, in one way, shape, or form. And then you take the other ones that aren't, like, just off the top of my head, the thylacine, thylacoleo, cave bears, cave lions, mastodons, mammoths. Like, you add in an additional species diversity to that.
How many animals have went extinct?
More than exist.
So there, at this time, there was more animals than now, and you couldn't do it now. So anyway, but I can solve this problem. When I die, and I go up to the pearly gates, and I get judged.
And then you wake up.
No, just go with me on this. And he says you on. He gives it the old, what's his name in God or Michael, whoever makes the call.
At the pearly gates.
At the pearly gates.
Oh,
he gives me what's his name from Gladiator. Thumbs up. Or thumbs down.
Joaquin Phoenix.
We know mine's going to be thumbs down.
Who is the keeper of the pearly gates? Why can't I think of that?
Gabriel or Michael? Oh, fuck, who knows?
Who's the keeper of the pearly gates?
I want to say, hey, before you send me on the down escalator, I have a question. Bring Noah up here. I got a question to ask. Yeah, he's going to bring Noah.
Let me drive the boat.
I'm going to say, hey, Noah. Bigfoot's real. He was on the boat, wasn't he?
There was two, my son. They were both males. They did unholy things with each other. I could not find a
Peter.
female. Yes, sure.
How did he get that job?
Dick.
How did he get that job?
He's the bouncer of heaven.
Was he packing heat?
That'd be amazing. It'd be like fucking... It'd be the heaven version of... Oh, why you got a gun in space?
Another great movie, which we talked about before.
We did.
Yeah, Armageddon.
It's just like there's so many fucking little factors of biblical stories that are so fucking asinine to me. And even the story of what's his tits that got swallowed by the whale. Jonah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the guy that we talked about recently that supposedly got by a whale momentarily in like Massachusetts or some shit. Apparently, like he's said he's heard of that is happening once before, but then there's a bunch of people that are saying like that's fucking impossible.
But like to round out this story.
Actually, woolly mammoth wasn't that much bigger than an elephant. The mastodon was the one that was massive. The mastodon was thought to be the largest land mammal ever until they found a relative of the rhino that was the height of a average day giraffe at the shoulder.
I think I figured out something.
I'm a nerd.
No, let's talk religion. Our troll leaves when we talk religion. We're just going to talk religion from now on. No, and I'm not trying to poo-poo on anybody's religion or the Bible per se.
I agree. I have the utmost respect for everybody's thing, but my whole thing is like I'll say what I feel here, like not to piss anybody off or sound like an asshole, but like anybody that's here is on our YouTube channel where we are free to express our opinions and how we feel about things. I'm not shitting on what anybody believes or feels or thinks. It's just what I feel, because like my whole thing is if what you think and believe makes sense to you, what I think and believe makes more sense to me. That's what it works for me. That's why I always go on these tangents of like different archaeological points and shit like that, because there's science to it.
Right. And people automatically think I'm not even an atheist. I'm not even agnostic. I believe in a higher power.
Yeah.
I believe there's a realm or whatever after this life. I think our conscious is probably immortal. And we have done this several times.
Well, everybody says...
Matter of fact, in the past, we were on an island with two coconuts talking about this kind of shit.
Well, like everybody...
Into a string.
Everybody talks about, like, energy doesn't die. It has to go somewhere. I'm like, to me, yeah, it doesn't die. What do you think fertilizer is? They put dead things in fertilizer. That you take that subjective and that non-literal sense of energy, and you take that and you make that into energy of photosynthesis and growth in plants around them. Or something dies in the woods and it gets eaten by a fucking raccoon or a vulture. That vulture then gets the energy to run its body from the consumption of that formerly living thing.
And I think a lot of people use the word energy when they should use the word consciousness. Our
soul,
being,
your soul.
What makes you and what makes me, our personality, our being. I personally do not believe it's generated between here.
So I do.
So I don't. I think it comes from somewhere else, and I think that is, and I believe we're here to learn things. Mm-hmm. Me, I'm here to learn that life.
I agree with that.
I'm here to learn life sucks balls. And it's going to kick you in the nuts repeatedly.
But we're still here to learn things,
right.
Because that's the one boundless thing.
Right. So I do not think when this meat suit dies, my consciousness dies with it. I think it just moves on to the next phase of learning. Whether that be come back here or go, maybe there's a different realm.
See, I can't speak to any of that because I can't rationalize or irrationalize.
I don't know. That's what I choose to believe. Now, there's no proof. I do not believe that once the lights go out, the lights go out.
Gonzo is bringing up astrology and chakras. I think if you're talking about astrological signs and the zodiac, I think that it's just been around for so fucking long that people have just kind of picked and chose little idiosyncrasies about all of these different periods of time that somebody might be from. And like, I've read plenty of them about mine. I've read plenty of definitions of Sagittarius, and like...
You're a Sagittarius?
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
13th.
Of what?
December.
Oh, we're only 5 days apart.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh.
Double birthdays.
Well, happy joy. That's going to be a good party week.
Watch, we're not going to do shit, watch. I don't give a fuck about my birthday anymore. Everybody's like, it's your birthday. I'm like, yeah, I'm older. Cool. Like... My back hurts more than it did 365 days ago.
We're getting drunk.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Let's look. Hold on, man.
But like,
let's see.
That's my thing with the astrology thing is like, I'm like, it's been around for so long and so many different things have been said about all of them that like nobody follows one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Like you can go to two websites and they're both going to have little things that line up and little things that are complete opposites, and everybody's just going to pick and choose them, and then that person's going to do what they do, then they're going to go write a blog, and then somebody else is going to see that blog and they're like, oh my god, Yacht Queen, and then they're going to it's just going to fucking snowball from there. It's the same thing with the fucking different years in China, the year they're at, all blah 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 blah. It's the same fucking thing.
I agree.
And I wish that they would have rewritten the Zodiac, because somebody brought it up a handful of years ago about there being a lost 13th sign, and I was pissed because I would have been that 13th sign, and it was sick. I would have been the serpent handler. Yeah. Hail Satan.
It's Garden State Handler.
Either way, hail Satan. I want to get that shirt, dude. There's a fucking, who is it? I think it's I Declare War. This metal band, they have a shirt that just says Hail Satan, or what is it? Chug whiskey, Hail Satan, eat pussy, or something like that. I see it all over Instagram. I'm like, I fucking want one. So bad.
Right. But to wrap this up, I'm not against religion. Believe whatever you want. And I think,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I think there's something to it. And I do believe in a higher power. That's where we differ. I believe we are immortal.
Yeah. Whereas
now,
I believe in our existence as we sit.
I just want, and it might be my want. I want there to be more to this,
which is more than fair. I go through times where like I'm like, man, like people are like, oh, you should let Jesus into your heart and accept his holy divinity and power and blah blah blah, and he'll improve your life. I'm like, dude, I wish that I had the mindset that I could, not to put this bluntly in like in a way that might offend people, but I wish I was that, to me, with the way my mind works, that naive to the workings of the world and mathematics and science and the history of the world. I wish I was able to just be like, yeah, man, fucking 100%. I give my heart to the Lord. Everything's fine now. But, like, I don't see it. Little kids get cancer every fucking day. Kids die of fucking starvation.
Well, that's like my biggest pet peeve, and where I really pisses me off when it comes to religion. When something bad happens, they say it's God's plan. Then I say, you know what?
Chill out, Drake.
I was like,
go get in your wheelchair, Jimmy.
I was like, listen. Then God's plan kind of sucks. When
God's kind of a dick.
When it kind of, like the West Memphis three young second graders, 8-year-olds.
Yeah,
got brutally slain.
Yeah, and fucking
that is a shitty fucking
and
plan.
got fucking like mutilated,
right,
on top of being killed.
Right, that is a shitty ass plan. What? Have you ever been to the Shriners Hospital?
No,
I've walked through the Shriners.
Don't want to.
It is the most heartbreaking.
I would imagine the commercials are bad enough.
Heartbreaking thing in the world. And
like,
it's hard to say God has a plan, and if the plan sucks, if that's the plan.
Yeah. Like if everything is God's plan, God's a fucking dick.
I think I forget which movie. Oh, what movie was I? And I quote it all the time.
What'd the leper say to the hooker?
What?
Keep the tip. But
what movie? Oh, what fucking movie was it?
I gotta poop.
Oh God, I forget. But
I'm pooping.
They're talking about God, and the lady said something about God. He said God's a kid with an ant farm. What fucking movie? I was just watching.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh fuck. What movie was that?
It's true though. If God is real, that's all it is. He's just he's a masochist, is what he is. He just looks down on the suffering of what he created.
The line is, God's a kid with an ant farm. Oh, I just watched it, I think, this past weekend, or... What the fuck? Oh.
But, like, yeah, and that's part of the reason why I feel the way I feel, and, like, nobody can change my mind about it, man. Like what? It's just like when people try to argue evolution with me. I'm like, they're like, oh, evolution is crazy. I didn't come from a monkey.
No, you came from a single cell amoeba.
Yeah, everything did. So did the monkeys. We just happen to split off in the same family as primates.
Right.
Because we are. There's a reason why there's only one genus or family of animals that has opposable thumbs, other than like fucking raccoons for some reason.
Now, or did the aliens fuck with our DNA and...
That could be a thing with everything, not just humans.
One thing I forget what I was watching. Maybe it was Joe Rogan. I don't know. But one reason why some experts believe maybe we split off and became... And it wasn't this. Or it wasn't fire. Mushrooms.
Oh, yeah.
It enhanced our brain to be able to function or critically think.
Yeah, valid argument for real.
Oh, that's driving me crazy.
But, fuck, what was I going to say? Fuck me in the fucking butthole.
We're going to get to these headlines next day.
Fuck.
Constantine, that's it.
I'm going to watch Constantine tonight.
I'll watch. It was just on the other...
John
over the week.
Constantine.
Thank you, Bree.
But, yeah, what was I going to say? Oh, the evolution thing. When I argue evolution, because mind you, again, nobody get pissed off if you don't believe in evolution. I have my own thought process. More power to you, baby. But, like, it makes sense to me. I can look at that. I can look at those evolutionary trees and that fossil index and shit like that and see, like, boom, that makes sense. Boom, it splits. Look what happens here. Like, there's the locale. It basically breaks down to, it's just like you have a king cobra. A Malaysian king cobra will have the same physical characteristics, but a different coloration or different type of chevrons on their scale pattern than a Indonesian king cobra. It's the same thing with everything else. It basically just breaks down to localities and how long those localities have to evolve the traits that they need to survive in their environment.
And I will say this as well. And we've said this about things in the past. We don't know anything about the past.
No.
We have opinions. People have made educated guesses.
I mean, just in the last 10, 15 years, dinosaurs went from their big lizards to their birds, which makes more fucking sense.
Or have feathers, yes.
Which makes more sense if you really dive into that.
We don't really know. And when it comes to evolution, we are looking at these fossil records. We are looking at this shit, and we are making an educated guess on how this shit works. Those people who say evolution is full of shit, they're not wrong essentially. It could be completely different to a certain extent. It might not have went down exactly the way scientists believe. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I've always said this, creation and evolution, and I've said this about everything. I say one thing, you say another. We both experience something. I give my version of it, you give your version of it. Odds are they're going to be different.
Yeah.
But each one of us don't tell it exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
The truth is somewhere in the middle.
Nobody does.
The truth is always in the middle.
Yeah, nobody knows exactly what they're talking about unless it's happening right in front of their face.
And the same thing,
and even then, there's a lot of shit that goes on in this world that we still can't fucking explain.
And that's why I believe, by my mathematical mind, you have evolution and creation. The answer's somewhere in the middle.
See, just like some hardcore religious people just can't fathom the idea of evolution and evolving from another thing. I cannot, my brain cannot be wrapped around the idea of creationism. That is so much more crazy to me. What? There's just a big bearded guy in the sky, and he's got a giant fucking Play-Doh thing, and he just out a couple people, and they go fuck in the woods while they eat apples.
No, I don't buy that either.
You know what I'm saying? That. As far as I've been told, that's basically the overall story of
then
the
we're
creationism.
all fucking brothers and sisters.
I mean, we're all related. Most of us are related to Genghis Khan anyway.
But
richest man in history. Did we say
we
that?
talked about that last time.
$100 trillion he would have been worth today. He
Bezos.
made Jeff Bezos look like a bitch.
Speaking of Bezos, how small is his penis? Did you see
when
that
you got
rocket?
that much money, it doesn't fucking matter.
Did you see that rocket?
So who cares?
Did you see what that rocket?
If I had Jeff Bezos money, I could
dick.
have no dick, and I'd still be like, "You're a pussy, bro."
That rocket looked exactly like a giant dildo.
I mean, don't most of them?
No, not really. That motherfucker had a head.
Pretty much anything that goes into the sky is rather phallical.
But no, phallical as in this with a cone. That motherfucker had a look like that.
At a mushroom tip.
Yes.
Mucho gusto, me llamo Bradley.
Fuck Bezos. God. All right. We'll get all to that. We'll get to these headlines another day, maybe. We'll talk about the ghost or the...
there you go. Lamont just said it. We live in a world where the devil is proving the free will lets us betray God. And remember that the angels didn't have free will. Not going to speak to the angel thing. Don't believe in them. Personally. It's just my thing. But that was always my point. I used to have I swear to God, I've said this before. See, that's the problem. Is like I hate thinking the way I do, and then you have all these fucking words like I say, I swear to God. So I swear to myself, basically, because everybody's like, "Oh, you have God." Lamont said it that I have God in my heart because I'm a kind soul. As far as I'm concerned, God, we run our own fucking ship here. But as he said, that was part of one of the things I always brought up to the Jehovah's Witness, because I'm not even kidding. My house was a training stop. I figured it out. Every week, the same guy. It was one of two guys from Jehovah's Witness, because we always had, like, normal. You've seen me have these conversations with people. I can have a respectful conversation and not see eye to eye with you at all. I'm not going to shit on you. I will question your theories.
Not figuratively, maybe literally.
I will literally shit on anybody for 15 cents and a fucking pack of zebra stripe gum. But, like, dude, they would literally just bring new people to my house every week because I would respectfully challenge what they had to say. And my number one thing always was, like, with the Jehovah's, it's like what, like, God will choose, or Jehovah, whatever, will choose 200 or 400 people of pure soul and mind and heart to run his kingdom, and they will be basically a hierarchy within the kingdom, and they will blah, 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 blah. And every time I was like, but you have to take into account, if this actually happens and your rapture happens and these people are put in charge, free will is still a thing. Free will is and always will be the downfall of man. Nobody is pure. It is impossible to be a completely pure human being. He's like, what about Mother Teresa? That bitch was famous as fuck, wasn't she?
And apparently, guess what? She wasn't the saint everybody made it out to be. She was abusive.
Oh, I'm sure.
There are stories of her that she abused. Was it typical?
None. Yeah. But that's my thing, is like, everybody's like, Mother Teresa was blah, blah, blah. Bitch was famous, wasn't she? Gandhi, famous as fuck.
And a child molester, most likely.
Didn't have shit else going on, but everybody knew his fucking name.
Okay, I want to say this, and this will piss a lot of people off. What's one thing, when I look at the universe?
Yeah.
The universe.
Like, you mean like you look out into the stars?
No.
Why did I have a weird accent on stars?
I don't know. The universe is about balance. You have to have white
physically, or just in with the beings within it.
Everything. There's balance. There is balance. There's good. There's evil.
Well, yeah. I thought you were going with like the universe itself. I was like, I'm not even. We can't even start to speculate on any type of balance. Yeah.
Man, woman. Water, solid.
Yeah.
There's an equal and opposite.
But there's always a gray area.
And there's a gray area.
There's liquid. There's solid. There's gas.
Right. That's the way.
There's man. There's woman. There's, and not to be like transphobic or anything, but there's hermaphrodites.
Right. Now this is what blows fucking religious people's mind.
I just bring up those Dead Sea Scrolls, but go on.
Listen, and the way they, and this is my problem with the Bible to a certain extent. God is all powerful. He created everything. He knows everything. He wrote the book, right?
Mm-hmm.
He knows what's going to happen. He's writing the book. He's already written the ending.
That's what I'm saying.
And people talk about demons. Ooh, demons are bad. They're, and what Lamont said, the free will was given to us, or allows us to go against God.
Yeah.
He gave us free will.
Yeah.
He gave us a choice.
So he done fucked up.
And he doesn't fuck up. If
there was an eraser, he would have erased that.
There wouldn't be no.
He just.
Bad plan. I didn't think this one through very far. No.
Mary, hun, did you bring me the whiteout? I done fucked up again.
And here's the thing: if there is such a thing as God, and there's not a white man with a beard or a white woman with a beard.
It's like
a thing. It's an
like
energy.
in Futurama, those things in Futurama. It's just a brain.
It's an energy. He built the universe. He or she, it, whatever, transgender God, whatever. Oh, that'll piss people off.
But who's to say?
Whatever. The being that is God created the universe.
Gender fluid.
Created the universe.
Yeah.
He created the devil.
Yeah.
He needs the devil because you have to have balance. You can't have good without evil. Otherwise, you don't know what good is.
See, and then you get into a person's mind like mine, and people say you need good to have evil, whereas I say you need to have something bad to drive somebody to what is supposed to be good.
Same fucking thing.
It is,
it's
but
the same fucking
that's
thing.
my problem with religion.
That's the same.
Is they're going to put that fear in you to drive you to what they want you to do, and then guess what? Solid Rock or whatever the fuck church up there's got a third
Touchdown
fucking butter Jesus. They built another one, I believe.
It got struck by lightning. Hey,
No, I think there's a third one up there now. We just drove by it when we went out of town, and I'm pretty sure that's not the same one that they built the second time.
I haven't really paid that much attention.
But is that not a sign from your God anyway? You built a big fucking statue of his son in a pond, and the motherfucker got hit by lightning and burnt to the goddamn ground. Maybe let's rethink things. Maybe we don't need a coffee shop in the fucking church, you dildos.
But my point is, God needs the devil.
Yeah.
It balances out the universe.
Yeah.
You can't have good without bad. Therefore, Armageddon
Sweet and savory.
is not going to happen.
No.
Because when that happens, that means the universe implodes. It's over for everybody. Just not us here.
Which is
You take away the balance, you take away everything.
Which is why I don't understand why people have this idea of the rapture and shit like that. If that's gonna happen, it's gonna be like you turned off the TV. Everything, if that's how that ends up happening, everything's just gonna go, and everything will be gone.
I'm right, and so for this, and I've even said this, and
Humanity
I've caught a
go
lot of
down
shit
the
for this.
hole.
I said God and the devil. Think of it like a coin. They're the different sides of the same coin.
Yeah. They're one and the same. The devil is the bologna, God is the cheese. They make it a sandwich.
You know, and that is, you have to have good. And you look at every person in this world, every motherfucker in this chat room, you and me, we all have a good side, and we all have a bad side.
Yeah.
I have a fucking dark. Some people are darker than others and
Yeah.
act out on it. That's what, and other people are saints, but even saints have skeletons in the closet.
Yeah, and it goes back to the whole mental illness demon thing. Like everybody has, if nothing else, that part of them in some way, shape, or form. Like people at work certain people that I work with, I have heard I'll talk to them and I'll be like, because you know how I am. I am like how I am here. I am in most public situations. I'm a talker. I'll talk to anybody. I'll talk about anything. It is what it is because I think I'm I have to make that interest or that happiness around me for me to feed off of. And then some people get those straight try to call bullshit on me when I'm like, yeah, no, if I took like a week off work and like had something, like I could literally take a week off work, go to Montana, get a fucking cabin by myself and be completely content for that week, and very well possibly, other than like the random like fuck I stubbed my toe, not say a fucking word. And why is that? Because I have my demons. Because when I'm away from those people, I don't have that energy to feed off of, and I'm in here.
Right.
Which is another reason why I feel the way I do about God and all that shit. I think it's all in here. We are the masters of our own being and our own universe.
And here's the thing: when the Bible says, and religious people say, we are made in God's image. I think what you just said is right. If that's what it means, God's in here.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we. It's not
what people call God.
Image doesn't necessarily mean.
I don't call
appearance.
it God. I just call it our own consciousness.
It's one and the same. And religious people get too fucked up on the semantics.
No, what I think what it is like people and.
Okay, we're pushing 2.
It's not stupidity.
How the fuck did we get 2 hours?
It's not stupidity. It's not in the most respectful way possible. I would have to say it is naivete. Of as humans, we have to like so many of us are wired that we have to have something that we can peg.
There has to be a reason for something.
Peg, butt stuff. But yes, like there has to be something. We have to have something that we can grab onto, something that we can rationalize our thoughts and our decisions that we make.
Yeah.
Whereas you don't, in my opinion.
It's about control. If there isn't...
Exactly. Just like I said with the church. Like, right. you give them something. Like, the church gives them water. God. Jesus. Good. Razzleberry rain. Bad. Dark. Clear. Nice. Well, bad. Stay away from me. Drink meat. Me good. Him bad.
Where I thought you were going. If this is just random shit and we're just here, excuse me, just there's no meaning then. And we want meaning. That's why I'm perfectly okay with saying, yeah, God might be real. And then I'm also perfectly saying it all might be bullshit.
Well, and that's the thing.
It's
is
like the paranormal. And
well,
I've said
and
this.
That's all. Go ahead.
It's like the paranormal. I'm perfectly. If it came out tomorrow that the spirit world, ghosts, hauntings, demons, all that shit, it was proven mathematically. There is 100% evidence of it. Proven tomorrow. Would not be surprised.
Yeah.
On the flip side of that coin,
it's just like Bigfoot.
If it comes out tomorrow that atheists are right, nothing's going. Once you die,
you die.
Okay, I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yeah.
I don't know because there's only one way. And I've said this a million times. There's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
When the ticker stops ticking.
Well, and that's like.
But I'm the same about religion.
Yeah.
It might be the Bible might be word for word. I think there's way too many inconsistencies, but it might be heaven and hell might be exactly 100.
Oh, what's up, Joy?
Hey, welcome.
You're a little late, but
we're about over for
it's
the
okay.
night.
I'm not. I'm a little pissed. It's okay.
You missed our troll was back. You missed it.
Yeah, the troll was here for a little while, but he fucked off and went and ate a whole fat sack of dicks.
But I would be all right either way.
Yeah. Well, and that's
I'm open
thing
to it.
That's the thing that really pisses me off when I get into, because I'm pretty sure you may have been around for one of these situations, is when a religious person feels the need to have this conversation with me, I will give them multiple chances and be like, there's a very good chance that one of us is going to become irritated by what the other says. Do you really want to go down this road? Because it's always the religious person that feels disrespected by what I have to say, even though I will preface it with like, you do you, boo-boo. I am happy that you have something that you can hold on to that level, the way that I hold on to the things that I hold on to, the thing like my ability to listen to a archaeology podcast and be like, hey, this makes more sense to me. But it's always like, I fucking can't stand when a religious person is talking to me about this shit and they're like, don't you want a meaning and a purpose to your life? Motherfucker, the life is the meaning and the purpose of the life. If you do it right, then you have people that care about you when you're gone. That's how you live on. You don't have, and as far as I'm concerned, your everlasting soul does not go into the pearly gates to be with your loved ones. No, your loved ones that are still around remember you fondly, and they fucking move on with their life, and they do their thing, and then you become fucking fertilizer. That's what really pisses me off, is just because I don't believe in what you believe in, who the fuck are you to say that I don't have purpose or meaning in my life? That shit pisses me off, dude.
It's a very judgmental thing to think.
Religion is very judgmental.
I mean, it's
Catholicism, like the Catholics were killing Jews because they didn't think the same fucking thing they thought. The Persians were killing fucking everybody because everybody was different than them and they didn't believe in the God King of Xerxes and like The fuck? It's fucking insane. Damn, Gonzo's getting... What the fuck? Gonzo wrote a book. This is weird.
I didn't know he knew that many words. Jesus.
Whoa. Jesus.
You're going to
Gonzo.
read that to him.
He says, Gonzo says, we can see with our eyes shut. We can talk with our mouths closed. I feel our bodies are the shell of our souls. There has to be something to that, maybe another realm. See, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't make an argument against that. I might not think it, but I can't legitimize why it is or is not a thing. Like, the only thing I can legitimize is what I think and feel in my mind. You know what I'm saying?
Gonzo,
like,
I was fucking with you. Lighten up, buddy. You know we love you here. I listen, and I said it earlier. I do not believe whatever word you want to use, soul, consciousness, whatever. I don't think it's part of this meat suit. I think there is more to it than that. Now, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But if anything, in the concepts of heaven and hell, I'm not really that. Like I heard, you don't like Sam Tripoli. I
don't dislike Sam Tripoli.
He believes in
He
realms.
just gets to be a little bit much for me.
He believes in realms. And he is.
I need some WD-40 for
He
that
said
bitch.
basically what we are living in a realm is his philosophy. And it's like the lowest level of heaven and the highest level of hell.
Right.
And I can't disagree with that.
Yeah. I mean, like, and that's my thing is like everybody, like people want to talk about heaven and hell. I'm like, we're in both.
Oh,
you're just taking the bad part of life and the good part of life, and you're separating them. When in reality, all of us spend our whole life in the middle of both of them. They are both non-existent. We're all one step away from going to the heaven of our life or the hell of our life. And I do heroin. I don't do heroin. Like I do spend this extra $200 that I don't have on fucking Keno. I don't. It's the same fucking thing. To me, again, and as Joy said, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but like
okay, let me ask you.
To me, there is a reason why my mind believes what it believes, because it makes sense and it works in my mind. Which, again, I'm no different than the religious people. It speaks back to the vanity of man. We're all gonna think we're right. The only difference between me and the church is I'm not going to fucking down somebody for what they believe.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, what do you
7
what?
That's the answer.
No.
Shit.
Okay.
What's in the box?
Okay, Brad. I was thinking about that movie the other day.
It's such a good movie. Go on. Before we fucking lose it, go ahead.
Do you believe in an afterlife?
No.
You think once we die, it flips off? It's like a top. Then what the fuck's the spirit world? What you've experienced?
I don't believe it. Okay.
I
don't think.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but
I don't think. Okay.
Okay, maybe I did.
Yes. But it's not all inclusive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that is more of the traditional sense of unfinished business. You know what I'm saying? Like, whereas unless I have an illegitimate kid that I have not cared for or something like that, at this point, like if I die tomorrow, I'm gone. I don't have any loose ends I feel I need to tie up. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a person-to-person basis.
Okay, but
and I don't even know if you would call it an afterlife. Which that's why I admit that there's holes. Well, I admit that there's holes in my theoretic thought process of all this.
Honestly, here's where I thought you were going to go with this. When I teed this up, I thought you were going. You went somewhere I didn't think you were going. I thought maybe you would go. Okay, it's more residual, as in not necessarily.
I mean, which we both agree that most hauntings are residual.
You know, so and that's very possible that the lights go out and everything we experience as investigators or just general fucknuts experience in paranormal activity is just residual energy or residual hauntings that every now and
Well,
then
and
get really close to a coincidence,
And
and they seem
I
intelligent.
think that's part of the reason why I'm so interested in it. Is that's one of the things that like I have what I think, but I also know that what I think strictly, and that's my thing. That's the weird thing is like my ideology, if you will, strictly speaks for myself. Like I don't see any reason why I would fucking come back and haunt somebody. I can't speak. I can't speak to. And
I got a list. I hope it's true. I got a fucking list.
And that's what I'm saying is like, I only speak to myself. I don't try to make anybody believe what I believe. You know what I mean? Which might be why, like, maybe I'm weird and I'm different. And, like, when I die, I will just die just because in my mind I'm like, fuck it.
Right. I mean, there's no simple fucking question to this. And honestly, nobody fucking knows.
What if we die and then we wake up and get the Matrix plug pulled out of the back of our neck and the alien dick comes out of our ass and then we're fucking alive again because we were never actually dead or alive. We were just in the simulation.
Well, I want a new fucking program because I got the shitty. I'm that sim that lives in that shitty house that nobody takes care of.
I'm saying my life's still working on fucking Microsoft Office 98.
I'm the sim that motherfucker just forgot about, just bouncing off fucking walls.
Yeah, my my shit still goes.
Oh my god. Yes, but you know that's a beautiful Joy. I'm sorry to hear about your daughter, actually, and that is the beautiful thing.
Damn.
You were going. I didn't want to interrupt you, but
that's a rough one.
That is one of those things we.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. That's why, like, all my opinions on this are strictly personal.
And here's the thing,
because I'm pretty sure my dad was still around after he passed away. We've talked about it on this show.
And here's I'm just going to throw that out.
Okay, let me rephrase this. I think I'm just going to die and rot into the ground. Everything else, I don't fucking know because I can't speak to anything outside of my own body.
And maybe there's not a right or wrong answer to this. Maybe she heard her daughter say, "Mom." I don't discount that. She heard that.
Heartbreaking.
And like I said, maybe we're energy. I believe energy, soul, whatever, same word for same thing. Or different word for same thing, I believe, in my vocabulary. Yeah. Maybe with your loved ones, that energy, I'll use energy, the word energy.
Lives on through you.
It stays with you. And you are hearing. She did hear her. That was her energy, her soul, so be it. And you did hear it.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it not real. Doesn't make it fake. Doesn't make her crazy or anything.
Well, you know, the more I sit here and think about it.
When you have that strong attachment being a child or somebody you love, your soulmate or whatever, spouse, whatever, you have that connection. And your souls, your energy is intertwined.
Well, I mean, realistically,
and they're always
if we want to get to the brass tacks of my belief system, it's really just a cop-out cover-up. Yeah. Because I can't explain it. Therefore, everything in me tells me, since I don't know what happens, I'm just going to die. You know what I'm saying?
And that's perfectly fucking fine, in my opinion.
Yeah. Because I can't explain anything else. I can wrap my head around dying. So as far as I'm concerned, for me,
right, and
it helps me. I don't know, not sleep at night, but you know what I mean. Like it's the legitimacy to me and my existence, not the legitimacy of my existence, but the legitimacy of my thought process of just my existence. Because clearly, realistically, some type of something sticks around from everything. Be it to feed another being or to cross over into a way that we can't fathom or understand or see or hear or any of that. But if I can say what I say all the time, it then makes sense in my mind.
You know, we've went so long, we can't do a Patreon episode tonight.
Why?
Because it's fucking 10:30.
Is it really? We can do it tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow.
I'm off. I'll be off. We'll do a Patreon tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll just come over after you get off work.
But nobody fucking knows. This is a beautiful.
That's what I'm saying. That's why, like, that's why, like, just like I had to backpedal to not cover my ass, but to explain. Like, I acknowledge that there are holes and discrepancies in my thought process.
And that's okay because nobody fucking knows.
And that's my problem with everybody else is they, like, not everybody else, but so many people, especially within the world of religion, they won't fucking accept that there are. Yes, there's holes in my logic. I accept those holes in my logic because I'll never understand them. But I can put the thoughts that I've said here into my own mind, and it legitimizes where I'm at. What? Is the flaming bag of donkey cocks back?
Yes.
What's up, flaming bag of donkey cocks?
And this is the beautiful fucking thing. Nobody fucking knows. We all might be right. We all might be wrong.
Right. I feel like the world would just be a better place if everybody just accepted that we're running through the world blind. Like, just take it as it comes. Fuck it.
But
who knows where we go? Who knows where we came from other than our mom's vaginas and our daddy's pee-pees?
Testicle sex. But that's my issue with the religious folk, the fanatical religious folk. It's this way or it. Their way or the highway.
Yeah.
No.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I have the thoughts that I do. It's not my way or the highway.
It's hypocritical.
I'm just making it to where, like, I can think that and accept that I don't know everything else or anything else for that matter, and just be like, all right, cool. Like,
Joy says, it's like kind of what I said earlier. Joy, she says, I never died, so it's just a theory. And I said,
call Frankie.
What?
Frankie died. Frankie. Stone's Frankie. Raw's Opera House.
Died.
Didn't he die at one point?
Oh, I was like, well, fuck, I didn't know that. I had a near-death.
Fuck off.
He did have a near-death experience.
There you go. Frankie died. Call him. See what he has to say. Don't call him because we'll be on this show. We'll be on this live stream for another 4.5 hours.
But Joy's right. It is a theory. We don't fucking know. And I said earlier in this podcast before she came on.
Brian, how do I know more about Frankie than you? I've been in the room with the man one time in my life.
Yes, Frankie did have a near-death experience. Car wreck.
Metal as fuck.
I believe it's car wreck. Something to that effect. Or hit by a car. Something to do with a car.
You think every time he gets into a car, all he hears ding, 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 ding. The beginning lick from 1.
No, but that's the only way we're going to know. The only is to die. Then all these answers will be.
And I think really realistically, I think that's why I have that thought process. Is as morbid and as dark as some people might think it sounds, is I'm just waiting to find out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why, as far as I'm concerned, I die, and then I'll know if something else happens for sure.
Yeah, that's why. You want to do it?
But until then,
let's do a flatliners experiment. We did Gainesville. Let's do flatliners.
Fuck that. Oh, you gonna fucking John Travolta me in the heart with an adrenaline needle?
It was Kevin Bacon.
Well, no, I was referring to Pulp Fiction when he.
Oh, fuck that! I hate it.
Just give me the fucking shot. He said, "You have a permanent marker."
Fuck that!
A what? A fucking permanent marker, a felt pen.
Fucking Scientology.
But yeah, like I guess that's really how my mind works. Is the reason I think that I'm just gonna die and nothing's gonna happen is because I'm waiting for that to happen to see if something happens. Which is, I guess, slightly nihilistic in a way.
That's the beautiful thing and the fucked up thing about all of us.
Yeah. Because as much as I can sit here and talk about what I see and hear and believe from past, present, future, all that shit, really, it's just all kind of egocentric bullshit.
And
as is everybody's shit.
We all want to know the answer. Because we hate fucking questions that we don't... We hate things we don't know.
Also might be a reason why I say the things I do about passing over. Because I don't like not being able to find something out. You know what I mean? You can't Google that. He'll be like, hey Siri, what happens after you die? After you die, science says that you die. Like that's it. Like nobody can be like, yeah, no, I mean you got like a 14.867% chance of becoming a ghost. You got 7.24% chance of becoming a poltergeist. You're definitely gonna be a demon because demon.
Gonzo asks, "Are you scared of death?"
No. I see no point in fearing something that we have no control of. I don't. I wouldn't choose it. Depending on the day.
We've had this conversation before.
And that's where it gets fucking dark is like you know, and anybody who watches this enough knows that I personally battle with my depression and anxiety and shit like that. Sometimes I would be like, yeah, let's fucking do this. But overall, no, I don't want it to happen, but I can't say that I fear it. You can't. I don't see a point in fearing the inevitable.
Where the thought scares the hell out of me. Then there's other days where I was like, well, at least it'll be over.
Oh yeah,
the pain will be over.
Yeah,
the mental exhaustion that I feel will be over.
Yeah, there's been countless times in my life where I've been just laying there by myself and been like, well, I don't live by myself, so somebody I care about is going to have to find me. If I shoot myself, they've got a hell of a mess to clean up, and it's going to stink. If I hang myself, then they're going to have to go through the whole process of trying to fucking, like, pick me up and see if I'm still alive, even though I've been hanging there for 2.5 hours, and it's also still going to stink. You know what I mean? Which is morbid as fuck, but, like, it's a thing. But at the same time, that doesn't have any bearing on whether or not I fear death. I don't fear death because, like I said, what's the point in having a fear of the inevitable?
That's like, I think a lot
That's
of
like
people,
fearing getting holes in your socks.
Like Brienne talks, she says, not scared to die, more scared of how it could happen. And like pain, don't want to go through a lot of pain, but
pain is life.
But here's the thing: the kind of pain that will kill you, you won't feel. To a certain, it's not that painful because
it's the pain leading up to that point.
But your brain, there are defense mechanisms against pain. Your brain will only allow you to feel so much pain before it shuts it off.
Yeah,
that's what shock is. That's, when you go into shock, you don't feel the pain. It's your brain. It's a defense mechanism, so you don't feel a lot of pain.
Yeah.
You might think you're feeling a lot of pain, but we're talking real pain. Your brain cuts it off before it gets to that point.
Right.
Everybody stubbed their toe. Oh, motherfucker. Yeah, it hurts, but we're talking real pain. Your brain shuts it off. It won't let you feel that real pain. So, I don't fear the pain.
Well, now they're talking about the pain that others would feel. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
Because I'm not worried about the physical pain of me dying because I'm going to be dead. Like, it's only going to last so long.
Right.
Unless you're, like, a horrific burn victim. Like, that would fucking suck. But, again, it's one of those things, like, that's like... It's like I said, that's like being afraid that eventually your socks are going to get holes in them. It's just a fact of life.
It's like,
if you wear the socks long enough, they're going to get holes in them.
We start dying the day we're born.
Yeah. We are younger than we'll ever be again, and we're as old as we've ever been. And that's every day of our life until we fucking die. And then the only thing that goes on after that, until our bodies fully deteriorate, is, I think, our fingernails say fuck you, and they keep going for a little while. And your brain. For a short period of time. I think this is like 20 seconds, depending on how you die. Brain stays active.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting. You imagine the thoughts that go through your head those 20 seconds? You'd be like, this is fucking it? That guy's taking my fucking watch.
Fucker. This guy's putting his dick in my ass. What the hell? Get away. No. Here's the pain of other people's pain. And I've always said this about funerals.
Oh, my God.
Funerals aren't for the dead.
No.
The funeral service is for the living.
No, it's for it gives the living an opportunity to say goodbye or bury a hatchet.
Or to come to some... Say goodbye is a good way, the best way to, to deal with the loss. Like, do I worry about the people when I die? Not really. I'll be dead. And let's be honest. Like I said before, it could be weeks before. It'll be a week before somebody knows. Actually,
I'd probably find you.
you'd probably find you or Scott will probably find
It'd be Scott because he wouldn't show up to work.
But say I die on a Friday night. It's going to be Sunday before somebody, even though some people at the bar might say, where the fuck's Phil? It'll be Sunday.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be so much poop in your pants.
Like, well, my kids will get over it. I have 2 girls. One will get over it real quickly.
God damn. Damn, son.
I mean, they'll get over it. Life will go on. It's part of life.
Yeah.
I've thought, I'm lucky enough to still have my mother. You're lucky enough to have your mother.
Mm-hmm.
So, we both don't have our fathers. I mean, completely different situations.
But,
I mean, I didn't give 2 fucks about my dad.
I did.
Oh, I didn't. I hated my dad.
I wanted to act like I didn't when I was at that age, but it's just because I was a fucking prick.
You gotta remember, this is a man I damn near killed.
Yeah.
I damn near beat this fucker to death at one point. If it wasn't for my mom, I'd just not be getting out of jail for manslaughter.
Yeah.
So when he passed, I never knew. We found out like 6 months or a year later.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom told me, she said, your dad passed. I said, okay. You upset? I said, no.
You were.
No. Not really.
Just not, maybe. I mean, obviously not to the same extent.
Honestly,
of some.
The more I thought about it, the more I was upset. I was like, okay, I should be a little bit more upset.
Yeah.
Than I am. Am I this much of a cold-hearted prick? And the only thing that really upsets me, some of my situation with my oldest daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
What I said a minute ago. Is she gonna think about me when I die like this? So it had nothing to do with him. It had to do with my own fucking shit with her. I'm like, oh fuck. I'm a cold-hearted motherfucker. Well, at least the little shit's just like me. That was the only sadness I had. That one of my daughters is going to probably feel the exact same way that I had the exact same reaction I had to when my dad died, when I passed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow. But never shed a tear. I was like, oh, okay.
The first time I cried after I found out my dad was dead, I was pooping. True story. I came out of the bathroom. I was with my fiance at the time, and I was like, am I a bad person? Because the first time I cried, I was pooping. And she was like, I mean, it hits everybody at different times. I was like, good answer, bro. Good answer.
It's one of those. I mean, I don't see. And I was, like I said, more upset that I didn't have a reaction, and my reaction was more selfish because of my own kids, my own daughter. The only pain.
Well, and I wouldn't even say that it's entirely because of your relationship with your kids. A lot of selfishness is just learned behavior from a defensive standpoint. You know what I mean? Like, you defend yourself from those emotions.
Right. But I've always been the type, when I'm done, you fuck me, I'm done.
Yeah.
And that was the ultimate.
Well, he says that, but we're still a thing.
Get
it?
Not literally, figuratively.
Butt stuff.
No, but, in my dad, in my mind, he was a piece of shit and he fucked me in the ass. Figuratively.
Was he a priest?
He was never man enough to fuck me in the ass, man. Trust me.
That's usually how it goes.
Trust me.
I'll have to take
He got
your
his
word for
ass
it.
whooped early in 85, 84. No, 85. By a little fucking 7th grader.
Yeah.
Or a little 8th grader. That wasn't fucking little. I outweighed him by about 30 pounds and about 4 inches taller than him.
Get up, pussy.
And I said, put the belt down, or this is going to end bad for you. And guess what? Didn't put the belt down, and it ended bad for him.
I'm going to come at you like a spider monkey.
And then the dumbass came back and shot at the title several times over the next couple of years. It only got worse. After I got in high school, started hitting the weight room. But, what was I going on? I was going on some rant.
Jesus Christ. We have a show or hide. It's Brienne, so I don't see any point in hiding it. Honestly, at this point in this show, I don't see any point in hiding any fucking comment. Oh, man. I mean, it's one of those things, man. Like, we all have our opinions.
All right. Who knows?
Like, everybody can say, like, what is it? Who was it? K-Camp? It ain't nothing to cut that bitch off. But, like, there's always going to be some sort of unburied hatchet. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be some type of emotion there, even if you don't know it or accept it. And it'll always degrade part of you.
See,
in some way, shape, or form.
Maybe, but, like, that's what we were talking about my dad. I didn't give a fuck. Once I'm done with you, I'm done. You fuck me in the ass, I'm done with you.
But that doesn't mean that relationship and how it ended doesn't affect things later.
I mean,
even subconsciously, you know what I mean?
Because trust me, I've been called a cold-hearted motherfucker, and it's a defense mechanism that I built up.
Right. Oh yeah, I'm the same way. It's like we say it all the time. Like if you walked up to me at the bar and you were like, "I have stage 4 brain cancer," I'm instantly going to start laughing. Not because it's funny, just because it's my defense mechanism to be like, "That's so fucked."
You know, to where mine is, you fuck me over, I'm fucking done with you.
Yeah.
And my father is the epitome of that. He fucked me over, so I was done with him. And it lasted. I gave him a little bit of a shot just to let him see his grandkids. Once.
Fair.
You know, but he didn't change. He was still the same. And I said, fuck you.
And that might have been you burying your hatchet.
Well, maybe. But I just like, fuck it. I don't have, and I've always said you.
How many more times do you think I could say bury your hatchet?
I don't know. We'll go ahead and record. You know, I've always lived by that. You know, you have to bring something to my table. If you don't bring shit to my table, fuck you. You know, it better be something as simple as making me laugh.
Right.
But you bring shit to my table, you're fucking out. And once you're out, you're never getting back in. You know, that's kind of what I.
Oh no! I mean, if you bring shit in a funny way,
maybe
like on one of those platters with the fucking lid, and be like,
in a bun cake, fucking.
Yeah.
All right, we got
in a Jello mold,
dude. 2.5 hours. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we just been rambling, but it worked.
It worked. All right, we are going to end.
Yeah, we got to pull the plug on this thing.
We got to pull it. We went way too fucking long.
It's almost fucking 11 o'clock.
For an episode, we had nothing, and we didn't even get to my notes. 3 pages of notes. We didn't even get.
I'm almost starting to think like, if we don't have a subject 3 days before we do this show, we might as well just fucking be like, topic, go.
I think that's
because we both know clearly, not even in front of a microphone, we can sit at a bar and do this for fucking 5 hours if we wanted to.
Well, you did watch a movie. This movie.
You're welcome. No, I'm not doing another 30 minutes.
Gonzo, is he doing it?
Yeah, I'm not doing that shit, dude.
No, I gotta get to sleep.
I was in the car.
Like Ghost in the Morning said, I don't sleep much at night. I have to try.
I was in the car for like 4 hours Friday. Got hammered as fuck. Woke up like 5 hours after I went to sleep. Got on a boat. Went to an island for 12 hours. Drank the whole 12 hours. Went back on a boat. Went back to a house. Slept for about 4 hours. Woke up. Cleaned up a house. Got in the car for another 4 hours. Stayed up till fucking like 3 o'clock in the morning. Woke up at 7:30. Went to work. Worked till 4:45. Came home. Ate my dinner. And then came here. I'm fucking dead. There's a reason why I grabbed an energy drink on my way here.
Brandon's meeting the Ghost Brothers Friday.
Put-in Bay. Gonzo asked what island is in Ohio. Put-in Bay. It's in Lake Erie. Oh, Gonzo. Wait, Gonzo, how old are you? You'd probably fucking love that place. It's literally just an island that is made to get drunk and fucking party in the summertime.
Yes.
And then you get on a boat and hope you don't throw up on the way back.
Yes.
Which there were several almost culprits on that midnight ferry when we went back. It was hilarious.
Gonzo's 21.
Oh my God, go to Put-in Bay. You'd fucking love it.
But he's out of Chicago, isn't he?
Yeah, it's not even that far away.
Not even that far away.
I almost went. I almost tried to convince the guy.
Put-in Bay.
Yeah.
PUT-IN-BAY.
No, it's not even Bay. Dad, it's PUT-IN space Bay.
Oh.
Put-in Bay. It's a fucking blasty blast.
Yeah. The question, you got a question?
For who?
Who came up with the phrase, pop the trunk on these ghosts? She's meeting the Ghost Brothers.
Oh yeah.
That's the question. Who came up with that catchphrase? Whose idea was it?
I got nothing.
Or why do you use a shitty ass phone app for a ghost box?
Or
tell Travel Channel to break out a good SM7B or something.
What's it like to have a complete fucking monopoly on the black paranormal investigation TV market? I don't know off the top of my head of a single black person in a paranormal investigation TV show other than them.
Well, not to be racist, I'm not trying to be, but black people they don't like fucking that shit.
Well, I mean, there's a reason why you see all those fucking memes where it's like, that house has been haunted for 300 years. White people.
I mean, seriously, isn't that kind of the running joke? Ghost hunting shit, that's white people shit. Black people are too smart to go ghost hunting.
They have better survival instincts.
Fuck that shit. All right. I think that is it. What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
What did I do?
Poor phrasing, in my personal opinion.
Who? Me? I think we're going to
on that note,
we're going to end it, and we will be back probably next Monday, right?
Last minute question. Gonzo asks, is it true if you dress like a ghost from the time they died, they'll try to reach out to you?
I haven't.
It's one of those things. It's basically a trigger method. It's just like playing period music
or bringing a
having,
toy or
having a trigger item, something like that. It's all theoretical.
It's luck.
Nobody can say anything is a surefire thing. Like it's everything is hit and miss. Everything's a fucking crapshoot. I mean, it could help, it could not. It couldn't have nothing to fucking do with it. It could just have the ghost sitting there and being like, "You look like a fucking idiot. You look like Austin Powers, dick. Get out of my face."
All right, we're gonna get out of here. Don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Ghost in the Night. Be sure to subscribe to that, like it, thumbs up it, all that happy shit. However you listen to the podcast, even if you just watch the live stream, be sure to go to your favorite podcast player and subscribe or follow the podcast audio feed. That'll help us there too. Ghost in the Night on Facebook.
Should we make a Venmo?
No.
Oh, she's just talking about using trigger methods.
Oh, yeah. Twitter,
I'm Captain Trigger
Ghost,
Method.
and Instagram, Ghost_Night_podcast.
Finger
and
guns.
always, if you want to get bonus material, which we've been slacking on here lately, we were going to do one tonight, but we went too long. So tomorrow night we're going to record
11 o'clock.
We're going to record a Patreon episode tomorrow night, since we went so long tonight. So if you want those bonus materials, be sure to go to patreon.com/GITN podcast.
What is it, $2?
$2 will get you everything, or get you at least access to all the.
Yeah, $5 gets you a sticker.
Yeah, which
have we added the next level? The other levels?
I haven't had time to fucking do shit.
I haven't.
Matter of fact,
preach.
I'm going to. I gotta get Brie her sticker, because I'm contemplating. Actually, I'm contemplating doing it ourselves, instead of,
What do you mean?
not go through the dealer.
Just for the merch?
Not do the merch, the stickers for that. Just do those ourselves.
Just buy them.
Right.
We can buy presses and shit for that.
Yeah.
Or there is we could just do our own shirts whenever somebody wants one, and then there's companies that exclusively you can buy 1,000 fucking stickers at a time, and it's got to be cheaper.
Yeah. So be sure to if you want bonus material, go to Ghost of the Night or Patreon/Ghost of the Night.
Gonzo, you're fucking stupid.
He's a fucking idiot. Jesus. 7-Eleven. Yeah. The Slurpee's an inside job.
69 was an inside job.
Upside down job.
In the Upside Down.
Yes.
Stranger Things.
Based on a true. Once again, I'm trying to get out and we just keep going. This is how we end up with an hour and 32-hour fucking.
I say all the time, I am the necessary evil that people need in their life. I am the chaos theory personified.
I'm cutting.
But we do need to cut this off because I got to poop.
All right. We will see you hopefully next sometime Monday, maybe. Who the fuck knows?
We'll see about fucking cancellation theory when we can do that. I'll have to look at my schedule on that.
Nobody's listening to that shit anyway.
It's still fun, though.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun this time because I'm just rolling into that shit blind. I'm going to drink 3 energy drinks and listen to like fucking, I don't even know, Real Big Fish for an hour and just show up all.
What would I do for a candy bar? Nothing.
Terrible, terrible things. Things that are illegal in the state of Utah.
I'd just go up to UDF and buy one.
Also, yes. And then I'd shove it up my asshole on the ride home. Give it that extra flavor.
I don't even know what that's. What's the B? Is that B? Yeah. Whatever. All right, we're out of here. You guys continue to talk amongst yourselves. We're out. I'm ending this shit.
Fuck off. I'm tired.
Oh, yep.
I'm tired and I got to poop.
He's got to poop. I got to stand up because I think I have blood clots.
Right?
Because I'm old.
Jesus Christ.
All right. We'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.